Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I'm Teresa. Welcome to the channel, and I'm going to give a few moments for everybody to get, or some folks to get in here, and then we're going to get started. Bear with me 1 second here while I set some things up. Do that. Okay. There we go. Now let me see what I got over here. Trying to see. There it is. I'm going to make myself a moderator. Okay. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to get situated here. Ooh, okay. Whoa. Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to. Wait a minute. Hi, Alan Boda. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for your patience. I was just trying to make a little note here. I'm going to pin that. Bear with me a second. And there we go. So we can get started here. And I am actually coming in to do a little bit of tarot this morning. Did you have a question that you wish to have an answer for today? If not, we can just start the day off with a general message. Let me see. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm going to need you to put it in there in a way that I can understand, because I have no idea what you're trying to say, Alan Boda. But why don't we get in here, see if we can get a little startup message to see where we're going as far as some tarot today. Egg and cheese and bread you have? Sound good to me. Hey, I'm skipping breakfast for today, but that will work. Oh, I do want to call in my tarot guides, Archangel Michael. I do ask that you place a ring of protection around me and the viewers as they're watching today, and allow me to see what I need to see, say what I need to say, and be a clear channel for spirit. Archangel Raphael, I ask that you bring your healing energies into the reading as well. Yeshua, Thoth, and Lord Inky, I ask your presence as well as my tarot guides. And only beings of divine light are welcome here. All others are not. Ashe. Wait a minute, that's a little bit much, so bear with me here. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's see. What do we got? Okay. 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 Let's see. You said you was thinking of going early. I have no idea what you're talking about, but it's okay. Ooh, trust and act accordingly is our first card out here. So is there something that you have in mind, excuse me, that you've been seeking or kind of wondering if you should move forward with? Spirit is saying use your intuition. It will guide you. Oh, interesting. Now this card is, I didn't even pull this deck, but it was hitchhiking along with another deck and the Laomi came out. I do want to see what that means. It might be relevant for someone here. Bear with me a second while I pull that book, because the fairies typically don't come out for no reason. Let me see here. This might be a message for you, Alan. We're going to see. 30. This is unconditional giving and unconditional receiving. I'm going to try to cover her bum a little bit because she is Nikki. But it says she is the Laum in the same way that the McGregor is the chief of the clan McGregor, the Laum of all Laums. And the meaning in this reading, if you're stuck or blocked in a situation and the Laum turns up in a reading, you probably need to stop focusing on what you're trying to accomplish and simply give to others freely and generously and unconditionally. Try a few random acts of kindness, unconditionally given, of course. Go do some volunteer work somewhere, mow your elderly neighbor's lawn, or take homemade soup or some flowers to your garden, from your garden to someone you know who is ill. Give some help to a coworker just because they need it. Give to a needy stranger whether or not you think he deserves it. Take flowers into a hospital and give them to a stranger at random, or give them to a nurse with compliments from the universe. Give a bit more than you think you can afford. Go a little further than you think you reasonably can. Empty your wallet or purse of all your cash for a beggar on the street. Don't worry, it will fill up again much faster than you might expect. Now that's interesting because trust and act accordingly came out here, and then went to shuffle these cards, and this was from another deck, but it came out and it's talking about unconditional giving. So that might be a message for somebody that's hearing my voice right now. And hi to you, manager. Yeah, welcome in, welcome in. But let's get on in here and see what else we got. Ooh, the alchemical artist popped out. Ask wonderfully, receive graciously. And truthfully, that idea of giving a random act of kindness, that kind of always, well, yeah, it opens the door to more abundance. When you give freely, you literally open the door for spirit to bless you. Fulfill your destiny as a cosmic change maker also came out here. And I see that theme a lot in the collective that I read for mostly. They are people that are on a path of ascension, and as such, they are cosmic change makers. So if that resonates with you, that you are here. And I do encourage you, if you are here and you get benefit from the messages, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving a thumbs up. This is my first live here. This is not my first live stream. I was live streaming as Modern Mystic Messages, and I did quite a lot of readings on that channel earlier, or last month and in the early part of this month. But I'm opening this channel up for tarot, so that's kind of where we're going now. But let's go ahead and continue on, shall we? Ooh, ask your spirit guide is here as well. And honestly, if you don't know how you're going to go about fulfilling your destiny as a cosmic change maker, you definitely need to ask your spirit guide. But share the gift is also here. You came to serve. So, and sometimes that's hard for us to accept because we get so tapped out, especially if we've been in a karmic cycle for most of our lives where we're learning those lessons and people have taken and taken and taken and used and abused us. And then you be like, what do you mean you came here to serve, spirit? I've been serving my whole life, but it ain't really been getting me nowhere. It's because we've been giving it to the wrong people. But truthfully, those lessons, sometimes we have to realize, as uncomfortable as those lessons are, they're very often because those people were put on our path as karmic soulmates, but not in the sense that most people think, oh, the karmics, the karmics, the karmics, and they fuss and complain about the karmics. Karmic soulmates are high level soulmates. They are there to help you work through karmic lessons that are for your soul growth. So, as uncomfortable as they are, they're literally showing up by divine appointment to take you through your paces, as it were, so that you can learn a lesson. Sometimes we'll be born into a toxic family dynamic, whether it's the narcissist thing happening or codependency or some kind of domestic situation. And those things seem super uncomfortable. And sometimes we learn that lesson, but most of the time we get a bit traumatized. So we leave out of that family dynamic, whether we run away from home, leave early, join the military, get married early, whatever the case is, thinking we're going to escape that painful family dynamic. But because we didn't properly address it and it's a karmic lesson, it will continue to follow us. So mama or daddy was a narcissist, but we didn't, the pain was too much to bear. So we kind of hid it away. We locked our inner child and all that trauma behind us, and we just shut it down and moved forward. And the next thing you know, you either working for a narcissist or dating a narcissist or best friends with a narcissist. It continues to follow us unless or until we learn the lessons. So the good news is we've done quite a lot of that so that we can recognize it. And it's just a matter of learning to let go and recognizing it for what it is and realizing that we're worthy of something better. Fortunately, I do notice in like the past 4 or 5 years or so, that narcissist empath paradigm has been talked about a lot online. So people are beginning to now acknowledge it. Therapists are out there speaking on it. There's a number of therapists even here on YouTube that talk about it. So even if you can't formally afford to go to therapy or don't see a need to, you can still get some help with that to do the shadow work and the inner child work around healing it so you can get that dynamic out of your experience. Because the only way to get it out of your experience so that you don't keep seeing it over and over again is to heal it. It will keep showing up until you heal it. But let's get in here and see what else, what other messages we got. Ooh, Divine Matrix is here. So there is change afoot. It's available to you if you can see it. Did you have a question, either Alan or manager or whomever else is in here in the room? Did you have a specific question? Because I am doing free mini readings today for someone. If they have a specific question that they'd like me to look into for them, it can be life, soul purpose, love, what have you. It doesn't matter. A tall tale just came out. So somebody is not being honest with you. What is this? Feeling the world flipped over with tender embrace and the roses kissed. Somebody got love on the brain with a deep breath. Wow. No questions? All right. I'll just do a general reading then for the collective. I wanted to look into a love reading and I had planned on doing a general love reading anyway. So if no one has a specific question for their scenario, I'll jump in here and do a general reading. That's interesting, though. I know good and full well I must be shadow banned on YouTube because the last time I did live streams on Modern Mystic Messages, I had people showing up. I literally wound up with 60 or 70 people waiting in line for readings, and now I'm not seeing anybody. I'm like, that's interesting. What did I do with this deck of cards, though? Oh, I put them in the wrong place. My bad. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold the phone. All right, we're going to take a peek at what's going on in love since no one came out with a specific question. I'm just going to do a collective love reading and we'll get on in here and see what's happening. Ooh, toxic. There's some healing necessary. First question out. Would you want to expose your soulmate to the person that you are today? Are you the person that you wish to be with? And this is the key. I get so many people, and we see it all over YouTube and pretty much any social media outlet that you go into. You'll see people complaining that men ain't ish, women ain't ish, all women are this, all men are that. And the bottom line is when you hear people that are doing that level of complaining, it's because they haven't healed. And the reason they keep running into ain't ish men and ain't ish women is because their energy is still jacked up. They still holding past trauma. So from a law of attraction standpoint, you don't get what you pray for. You attract what you're a vibrational match to. And sorry to tell folks, but the victim and the perpetrator are in the same energy bandwidth. If you are determined that there are no good men out there, then the universe will continue to show you no good men. And when people don't do their inner child work and they're carrying the pain of who hurt them and who did them wrong, and they just rather be by themselves because ain't nobody gonna show up and all. That's what they continue to see in the world. It's like the universe holds a mirror up to you. It ain't them other people out there that's toxic. It's asking you to face your own toxicity so that you can heal and get what you genuinely want. You got ego here. Will your ego allow you to allow space for us to have an equal partnership? That's another thing that pops up in the relationship dynamic. People very often demand things of a relationship that they're not bringing. We hear that all the time in the what do you bring to the table conversation on both sides, whether it's men or women. We really got to get out of that. I don't want to make people mad, but it's the honest to goodness truth. A lot of times when I watch a lot of these relationship podcasts and stuff that are out there now, I'm thinking it from a place of, like I said, I've been on this planet for a minute. I'm 57 years old and I've kind of made mistakes and got it right some and got it wrong a whole lot. But the advice that they're putting out now, especially those red pill type relationship stuff, the fresh and fit and all of them, horrible relationship advice, horrible life advice. People that follow those things are going to stay alone, 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 or in a series of very uncomfortable, painful relationships and breakups. It'll be a cycle. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, but the destiny card is here and network. So there is potential for our paths to cross in the workplace or through professional endeavors for somebody out there. And destiny, trust that the universe will guide us toward each other, weaving a tapestry of chance meeting and shared experiences that will lead us to our destined connection. And honestly, for those who are manifesting divine counterparts, this is super true. But what I talked about before is essential for that, getting back to healing. Oftentimes, our divine counterparts are kept from us unless or until we heal. They're being prepared for us like we're being prepared for them, and we'll stay in separation until we've sufficiently healed. However, if it truly is for you and you've put that intention out there to ask for a divine counterpart to be brought in, they will be directed to you. And when you do meet that counterpart, you'll find out that you had mutual friends, mutual co-workers, you lived in the same apartment building at some point. There'll be all kinds of ways later on down the line that you'll find out there were 2 or 3 ways that your paths could have crossed and would have eventually crossed. You'll meet in the weirdest ways. I met my counterpart in the weirdest way online. He was on we met on a website that I hadn't logged in on in all over 2 years, and he didn't even have a profile on, but he saw my icon on a website that he was on that was a sister web site to the site that I was on, and we still wound up connecting. It's just weird how those kind of things work out. But let's get in here and see what else we got going on. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. Let me see what this is. Okay, we've got here the envy, a life with a life with not many to no friends. Use discernment in friendships, repeatedly encountering envy in life, along with the ego self. Dismantling the ego is a crucial step. The biggest block to your true self must explore the nature of your ego. Now, these two coming out together is interesting because you would think this envy thing sounds like it's talking about actual ego. No, the ego, this is about, like I said, dismantling the ego. It's not being haughty into thinking that people envy you. This is actual envy. Whether you even understand that you have a reason for people to envy you or not, you'll find that you got haters, especially if you're on a path towards trying to have something. If you feel like you're a chosen one, whether you actually have anything or not right now, you could be living under the bridge and still have. Part of the reason you might be living under the bridge is because some hater been throwing evil eye and casting spell work your way to try to keep you stuck. Believe me, I used to think that, I'm like, what? I ain't got nothing. Why? Ain't nothing for me to, because you don't see yourself. Very often people can see your light before you see it. They know who you are before you know who you are. And they'll be literally throwing energetic shade your way, even though you're still stuck in a feeling of unworthiness. But you'll still have haters throwing envy. And because of that, especially once you're on the spiritual path and you start leveling up, you'll find that you have fewer and fewer friends. You will be kind of a lone wolf for a time. Maybe not forever, because you can call in Soul Tribe. But typically, before you start amassing Soul Tribe, the starter pack, friends and family, and all the rest of that has to kind of fall away. And you'll wind up in a season of being the lone wolf. But this ego self, it is crucial to dismantle the ego because it is a block to the truest self. And the ego, we think that the ego is a good thing. The ego tries to keep you safe, but it's not always in positive ways. Very often, the ego will keep you safe by negative self-talk and chatter. Hey, Jesus LeBlanc, how are you? Welcome in. I'm glad you made it in. Awesome, awesome. We also have spiritual team here. Your spiritual teachers will find you answers. Answers will appear. Your spiritual teachers will find you. Answers will appear by chance. help is coming with perfect timing. So if you have issues with shedding this ego thing or the envy cycle, there will be help coming along. Again, part of that ego sublimation, though, is being able to recognize that help and accept it when it comes. We deal with that a lot in breaking the ego programming around our core beliefs, spiritual beliefs, relationship values, because those are the things that are hardwired into us when we're young. And very often when somebody comes to try to teach us or help us with something differently, our first notice is to buck. I'm doing really well, Jesus. How are you? How are you? Did you have a specific question today? I started doing a general reading, but I did promise that I would come in and do some mini readings. So if you have a specific question, go ahead and type it in there and we'll get to a closing place, or put a pin in the general reading for a minute and so we can take some specific questions if you have any. On for the general collective, though, synchronicity is here, fully aligned to your soul purpose, strategically orchestrated messages, an event where needs are met. Honestly, Jesus, that is a wonderful way to go, because truthfully, when I was doing the last time I did a bunch of free readings on my other channel, there were so many people that showed up wanting readings that I couldn't get to all of them. I had like 60 or 70 people every day that were showing up, and I took names on a little list and worked my way through the list. But some people I wasn't able to get to, but they still stuck around to just watch the readings. And they were like, oh my goodness, I'm still getting my answers regardless. So yeah. We have home and family here, building a loving home, a strong sense of family, obligation, fulfillment through family. So this may be important for you as well, as far as being able to push these things aside. And I started out saying I was going to do a relationship reading, but suddenly that doesn't really feel right. Hey, M Beans, how are you? Honestly, I think that's the way the quantum nature of tarot kind of is. Your spirit guides lead you to a specific reader or a channel because they have a message that you need to hear, whether you ask for a personal reading or not. I've only ever paid for 2 readings in my life from other people, but I've gotten ridiculously specific confirmations from general readings from other readers, from myself. I've even had readers that confirmed my personal spreads. I'd be doing a personal spread for myself and then go online and see a reader that basically pulls the same exact cards that I just pulled within, like, seriously, I had one time. We both, I think by the time the reading finished, we both had pulled somewhere around 55 to 58 cards between. I think my reading was 58 cards, her reading was 55 cards, and 50 of the cards that she pulled were the same exact cards that I had pulled, tarot and oracle cards. That's goosebumpy, but it gave me some new insights. It confirmed what I kind of sort of had already seen, and it gave me another layer of insight that I kind of hadn't seen about another person that showed up in the reading. But let's do this. Let me jump in here. I want to pull. Yeah, I had some decks out here. I was gonna pull some love decks specifically, but I think before we do that, we're gonna stay kind of on the general golden ratio of informational patterns. Yeah, the confirmation it's just like whoa. The confirmations be super goosebumpy, but I love it. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. And we're gonna go in on, like I say, on a general reading. I am gonna do a love reading maybe later, but it doesn't. I had pulled those decks earlier, and last night I pulled them instead of my hair, but it doesn't feel right now, so I'm going with what I feel. Love may come back out again, but that's not the focus right now. Ooh, yep. That's why new life is here. New life is here. That's bigger than a love reading. This is transformation. And I can feel kind of the energies of the collective that I'm reading for. And the theme of transformation, rebirth, that death rebirth cycle has been huge. A lot of Phoenix. Wow. And the very next card that popped out here was transformation. What I told you. It ain't been easy though. Stormy is here too. So I get that part. But it is going to change. It is. Lucky is here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Like I say, I know how tarot works, and I've been reading for myself for a long time, but I still always get a little jazzed when that kind of stuff happens. Mm-mm-mm. Let me see. Since we just came out of the Black Moon energy, I want to pull some Black Moon energy. I mean, some Black Moon Lilith cards here. I think that might be appropriate. Divine Loyal Goddess is here. This is Mary Magdalene energy. And I love that because, ooh. But we also have Queen Jezebel energy here with the Magnetic Royal Witch. And truthfully, Mary Magdalene is a divine priestess. She is a high initiate as well, an ascended master. And Jezebel energy, this is like using, like transmuting sexual energy, sacred sexuality to create. This is like literally manifesting type energy. Ooh, spark of genius and ascension is here with drive energy and passion, Mars energy. Yeah, that's why I said it really, and I've seen that a lot too, because I've been, even years ago, I came to understand that I would eventually, you say you got to start from scratch when I was talking about family and friends and lone wolf. It is. People don't even understand that, especially because I hear it a lot. I ain't got nothing going on. Oh, wow. Jezebel energy came out here, and the one card that was flipped the wrong way in this deck was the Queen of Wands. She is the witch in the tarot, very charismatic, a very good manifester. People don't realize, but very often, especially if you're called on a path of ascension, being called for something greater, Spirit is going to break it all the way down, like down to the frame. Everything has to go. It's a complete tear down and rebuild, and that is painful, but it's necessary. Four of Wands just came out here. So it won't stay lone wolf forever. This is a card of your ships coming in, but it's also a card of collaborations. Usually it's considered like the twin flame marriage card, but this doesn't have to be a romantic scenario. It can be, but it is about bringing like soul tribe type energy that's coming in here. Ooh, the next two cards that came out here are two fives, Five of Wands, Five of Swords. This is acknowledging the bumpy road. Absolutely acknowledging the bumpy road. This is conflict and this is competition. Them haters that we talked about, like I say, you got to break it down to the least common denominator. Like I said, clear the plate, because very often you've got folks around you that you think are on your team and they're absolutely not on your team. They're not. They've been hating on you your whole life, and you so busy trying to love on them. Oh, they wouldn't do that. They would. Okay, you think they wouldn't. I promise you they would. They absolutely would. I used to try to tell myself that too. Well, I don't mess with nobody, and I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that. I had a whole gang of haters on me. And it's not even your fault. As an imbalanced empath, what you don't realize, narcissists, again, I don't like to use catchphrases, and I know people jump on the narcissist bandwagon, but it's the honest to goodness truth. There is a spirit or a power of narcissism that is huge in the collective consciousness right now. Those people are energy vampires. So that Five of Wands, Five of Swords thing will follow you for a while until you can acknowledge it and begin to heal. But you do have strength here. This is about learning to use your soft skills, having some divine protection and direction to be able to help you with that. Truthfully, it too could be some Leo energy that's giving you a problem. That might be something for you to pay attention to. It does weigh on your mind heavily. Nine of Swords is here. And the Two of Pentacles is here. This is a need for balance. Whew, let's see. With the wow, somebody really got some folks on their ass. The devil just popped out here with the Nine of Swords, the five of Swords, Five of Wands, Strength card, then the Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Devil. So you're trying to get to this equilibrium, soul tribe, successful scenario, but you really genuinely have obstacles in the way. This ain't in your mind. A lot of times with Nine of Swords, you want to think you're worrying for nothing. No, no, no. According to these cards, it ain't for nothing that you worry. You really do have a real situation going on here. We're going to find out how to get through this though. Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is flighty. Wands are ideas, but a page is very immature, early energy. So there's some early ideas coming in, but it's really nothing you can take to the bank yet. Wow, now this is interesting. The moon just came out in reverse, and I don't have my deck set for reversals. The vast majority of my cards are upright. Now, when I flip that, I see Eight of Cups in reverse as well. But it should be, yeah, you definitely gonna have to walk away from this. So I'm definitely putting that back into the deck the right way up. But what wasn't clear is going to become clearer. It is. This moon energy, the moon is about intuition, but it's also about things being hidden. So it coming out in reverse is saying, whatever this is, these are not comfortable energies that have come out so far on this table, but it is going to become revealed to you. It's not going to stay in this moon energy very much longer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Much better. We got the Queen of Cups here and the Magician. The Queen of Cups is a sweetheart. That's Cancer energy. I often show up as a Queen of Cups in the reading. Well, I used to. I'm getting more Queen of Wands, Empress type energy now. But the Queen of Cups, as sweet as she is, she needs an edge with her, especially in the line of all of this. The Queen of Cups without an edge to her will wind up getting chewed up and spit out by this Five of Wands, Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, Devil energy. She got to have an edge. But in this case, the Queen of Wands is doing a level up and it comes with some of this magician energy, which is a huge help. And it's ultimately going to lead to some emotional satisfaction. This is what you don't see coming yet, but it's what's at the bottom of this deck is the Ten of Cups. Let's see. Let me see what's at the top of the deck. Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Okay. But let's move on. Let's clarify a little bit, shall we? Why is the Four of Wands here, Spirit? Ooh, that jumped out fast. The World. Okay. So, yeah. If you're manifesting something big, like Cat Williams say, if you got 4 haters, you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna get 5. Haters are gonna hate. Now I see why they're coming out with the 4 of Wands. Like I said, this is the energy of your ships coming in, soul tribe coming in, all the rest of that. I ask, why is the 4 of Wands here? And the world card shot out of the deck. So it's you being called to something greater in this transformation. What's with this 5 of Swords energy, though, Spirit? What can we get about that? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, the 10 of Pentacles came out here. So we got the 10 of Cups ending this reading, but with the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles came out. This is conflict because you do have quite a bit of wealth coming in. This World card is closing this cycle, and once this cycle closes, this is generational wealth that's coming in. Of course it's going to come with conflict. You're going to have to keep it under your hat and watch your back, because the haters sure enough going to hate. And most of them people that are hating cannot, absolutely cannot sit at your table. Please don't try to hook them up when you come in. Oh, and I got to take care of this one. And oh, I feel bad. I got to look out for that one. No, the hell you don't. Not if you want to keep this. This is a gift from the divine. These people, they don't get to participate in this. They don't get to sit at your table. When you get over this part, this is when this is coming in. But this is also partly why this conflict is here, because this is on its way in. Maybe the conflict was pushing you to get that stuff away from you so you can receive it. With this 5 of Wands, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is early communication. So this conflict, yeah, you might have to tell them off a little bit. It may again, you ain't even got to tell them what you know. You just gonna have to stand up for yourself. Yeah. Why is strength here, Spirit? Ooh, what's this? The 7 of Wands. Yeah, strength is here because you're gonna have to rise above the fray. But the 7 of Wands is rising above the fray. They gonna come for you. Trust me, they gonna come. You in world energy with the 10 of Pentacles, they're going to come for you. But the 7 of Wands says they can reach out, but they can't touch you. Can't touch this. You're up here, they're down there. They can't reach it. But it don't mean they ain't gonna try. Why is the 9 of Swords here? The Hierophant. Okay. You're concerned about it, but in the spiritual level up, you're gonna reach a point of authority that you may not have even realized you could, but it will. This is about systems being in place. The Hierophant is typically about spiritual systems, but not necessarily. But this is about rerouting your whole thing. But truthfully, by the time you get to this level up, you are going to be somewhat in Hierophant energy, because you're reaching this level of abundance because you're being called into divine service. There's something that you have a vision in your heart that you want to do, or you may not even understand that you're being called to do it yet, because you kind of sort of feel like it's so big and it's so grand that you kind of sort of entertain it in fantasy land, sort of right now. Spirit is telling you dream bigger, because it's not even a fantasy. It's something that you're building in the ethers, that when you finish this spiritual leveling up or this new life transformation, that it's something that's coming into place for you. Ooh, I didn't even see what I was pulling out here. This makes the devil scenario look way different in the confirmation. I mean, in the confirmation, or the clarification. The 2 of Pentacles is clarified by the 2 of Wands, so there's going to be balance all in all. And the two together again goes back to this 4 of Wands type energy. It's a 2-2 scenario, or could be broken down into that 4 type energy. But you got 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles here together, clarifying each other. And then the devil is clarified by the sun. That changes everything. This is not necessary. I was thinking devil energy, like something bad coming towards you. This is Capricorn energy. This is the energy of commerce. When this money comes, them haters gonna come, but the financial abundance is coming. That's gonna put you on the world stage in some type of commerce. Now the Page of Wands and the Moon in reverse. What we got here? Okay. Okay. All right. We got the Eight of Swords here with the Page of Wands. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-sabotage, to be quite honest. It's a feeling of being stuck, but it's not genuinely being stuck. You just think you're stuck. And I understand what these, like I said, these were some uncomfortable energies on the board. So I completely get why you felt stuck for a time, but it's not going to stay that way. Maybe that's what this Page of Wands, early movement. Wands are movement, but this was early movement. So the Page of Wands being clarified by this Eight of Swords, it's a coming out of stagnation. It may seem slow, but the train is beginning to move out of the station a little bit. And then we had the Queen of Wands with this Moon in reverse energy. Like I said, she is the Witch of the Tarot. She is the manifester. She can call into her experience pretty much whatever she wants. So as you start to gain this clarity, your intuition is going to kick in to help you with this manifesting energy. And then we had the Ace of Wands with this Queen of Cups. This is quite literally manifesting from a place of love. The Queen of Cups, you see, she is manifesting. Look at her hands, and she's in this meditative space. So she manifests too. All of the queens, the empress, and all of them can manifest. She's just a little soft around the edges. But this card shows that she's not going to stay too soft around the edges. She's quite literally leveling up to use this wand, and typical or may even be a counterpart coming in to help her wield this wand, because like we said, we still have this Ten of Cups and Magician energy coming along with as well. Let's see what those are clarified by. Ooh, okay, yeah. Now this might look bad to somebody else. It does not to me. You got the Ten of Cups clarified by the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is saying this other painful cycle with these Five of Wands, Five of Swords, which together is a 10. But when you get a 10-10 cycle, that is absolutely the closing out of a cycle and the beginning of another. So yeah. And you had the 10 of Pentacles here, so a 10-10-10. Your relationships are going to get right, and your money going to get right. Never fear. Please do not fear. And why is the Magician here? To help you find balance. You will. We got the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. And it's okay, so the Pentacles are about your physical things, typically money, but physical manifestations. And there's with the Magician finding balance here. Like I said, this page is going to rapidly ramp up into something else. It's not going to stay in page energy. But let's see. I'm nosy now. I want to pull some of these to see what else we got coming down the pike. Journey is here. Okay. So as this starts to line up for you, it may involve some travel. There's a message of concern here. Maybe this is the message of concern. There's some kind of a change that's necessary, that's looking forward to. Again, I get it. You don't see how this level up is going to happen, but I'm telling you, it's coming. And I get why you would be concerned if you don't see it yet, especially if things are tight. Now, the Five of Pentacles didn't come out, but if you got Five of Wands and Five of Swords energy early in a reading, it might be messing with your Pentacles too. You might be in Five of Pentacles energy. So it is yeah. When I said that, talking about poverty, there is a poverty card here, but despair also, it fell out. So I get that part, but there will be a change. Let's see. And it's about the money situation. Toil and labor is not pleasant work. That is working from your have to. People should get out of this as soon as possible. I understand why you're doing it, because them little luxuries like food and shelter and all of that are necessary, but there just isn't enough. There's not enough money to the month in this despair, toil, and labor scenario. But we're going to figure out, see how this is going to shift. Oh, this is why. And this is why. It's a different deck of cards, but it's basically telling me the same thing. There is an energy thief in your midst, and may even be a literal thief that's been taking some of your money. But for sure, they've been sucking up your energy, which is ultimately affecting your energy and your pockets. Ooh, here's another hitchhiking situation that gives me goosebumps. This deck was not meant, I pulled earlier from the Lilith deck. This card was not supposed to be in here with the Kipper, but wealthy man came here with conjunction, becoming whole again. So that's what it's going to take to shift this thief, despair, toil, and labor energy. At some point, when this change comes, you're moving into this wealthy man energy and becoming whole again in the wealthy man energy. Or it may be a wealthy man coming forward to assist you. Either way, that works. Ooh, courtship is here and great fortune is here. And mature woman. So it could be a mature woman or a wealthy man coming out to help you. Or it could be you coming into this energy. Hey, Antoine, how are you, dear? Welcome, welcome. How you be? I see that you got a chance to see your reading. Did it resonate for you? Grand rising to you too, brother. Did your reading resonate for you? It was power. It was a very powerful reading, but that's because of you. It ain't me doing it. I was reading your energy and your cards. That was Spirit's message for you. But I was just hoping that it resonated for you, because it was a very powerful reading. Yeah. But you that dude. I mean, what can I say? You kind of a big deal, you know? But let's get in here and see what else is coming down the pike with these. You watched it twice? Yeah, it was a long reading too. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I didn't mean to get that involved, but hey, I just, like I say, I just work here. So what Spirit tell me to do, I do it. That's one of the things I said. I really got to stop apologizing for the length of readings, because it is what it is now. As far as reading out there for other folks, I am going to have to start capping the timing on the readings, but I didn't want to put a time on my mods readings. I'm just was following what Spirit said. Yeah, this reading here though, who back to what we were talking about, I'm seeing again, it comes out in another deck. I'm the first reader to name a spirit guide. I don't even remember what I said. I have to go back and watch your readings too. I'm trying to think. Didn't Baba G come out in your reading as a guide potentially? I think it was Baba G, and was it Ram Dass? I don't remember. I've done so many readings recently. I can't remember. It was Baba G. Okay, yeah, definitely. Of course, Yeshua. Of course, Inky. But yeah, Baba G came out, and I think that that's probably highly appropriate considering the path that you're on. And I know the Buddhas are there with you as well. I'm not sure which one, but any number of them, but at least one of the Buddhas are with you because of the path that you're on. But yeah, I saw storm warning here with this particular reading. We're going to wind down on this. I'm going to clear these cards. We're going to start another reading here and see what kind of energy we get into. But it's truthfully, this was whoever this was in. Yeah, strategy is required. It's it's an uncomfortable energy in the present, but again, take it in contemplation. Rest and rejuvenation is here. This card always reminds me of the Four of Swords, and walk away from some of the current stuff. This is like Eight of Swords in, or Eight of Cups energy. You are in this new life transformation energy. So whatever this storm that you're feeling currently is not going to stay there. Look, Blossoming Abundance came out. And this is like the third deck that's kind of shown that starting in a troubled place leading to something better. But there is some action on your part that's required, which is basically what you're doing, being aware of it, kind of following the energy and looking into. Oh, wait a minute. Now, this may not apply to everybody, but the cards are just plopped out here together. Somebody in this collective, or someone who is going to be watching this reading, has had a situation with heartache and loss, but in allowing this transformation, and it's been a conflict and defeat situation. This Five of Wands, Five of Swords energy again. However, in allowing this transformation, it's going to bring in a divine counterpart for you. There is a spiritual union on the horizon here. So I just want to give you that bit of encouragement. So it's some heavy energies in this particular spread, but you don't have to be weighed down by them. I've gone through 4 different decks now, and all of them show the uncomfortable energy, but it also shows that it is leaving once you allow this transformation. I'm going to clear these cards and we're going to get started in on another spread. If anybody that is watching the reading has a question, a specific question they want me to pull for, feel free to put the question in the chat and we can certainly take a look. You said Baba G is mentioned in the Lotus Sutra, Antoine. I'm gonna have to get to that because I really do need to. I don't have enough hours in the day for all the stuff I want to do. I really wish I would go ahead on and get this windfall of abundance that I've been seeing for the past several years, so that I could just get up in the morning and focus on whatever spiritual content I want to read, whatever reading or videos I want to do, and sit down and go make me a few candles and then get online and do my tarot reading and not have to worry about finances at all. That would be an ideal life for me. Meanwhile, it ain't quite worked out that way yet, but it will. Oh, he isn't? Okay. You said one of the dirties in the Lotus Sutra. You got to go. No worries. No worries. Because honestly, there's only 3 people in the live stream and they're not wanting to talk. So I'm probably going to wind up shutting this down with it soon. Anyway, I'll probably be on for another hour or so and then I'll go. But I'll see you in the evening time. Have a beautiful rest of your day. All right. And then, trying to see. You too, my dear. Talk to you later. You have a beautiful day as well. All right. Does anyone else out there have a question? In all honesty, if there's no questions out there, we, like I said, I've gotten the message pretty much from the person on the other reading. What I would like to do is close that reading with, let me see, with a couple of light workers or, light workers oracles, as well as perhaps a Metatron oracle and a Christ consciousness oracle, and then I'll close this session for now. If we don't have any further questions and nobody wants a reading, I can do that. So let's see what we got here. Oh, I'm gonna pull a yeah, I will pull one of these too. Oh, you say you don't know what to ask? You've never done a reading before? Okay, well, what is it that you'd like to know about? Or you just want a general reading in your energy in beings? I can do that for you if you'd like. We can just take a look at, let's do that. I'm gonna get some decks over here. Let me see. This is a spread that I typically do. It'll be, yeah. I'll just pull one of each of those for you at the end, but we're gonna start out here with, yeah, this one and this one. All right. All right. So I'd like to get the energies going for endings. Let me get some more incense going here. And we're gonna pull in your energy and see what messages spirit may have for you. Okay. All right. I am gonna also pull for a spirit guide for you, or actually, I'll pull a goddess right here. I'll pull a goddess and a spirit guide. Since there's not that many folks waiting for a reading, we can take our time. I can go in on you, get to the goods and see what we got. All right. I am going to clear this energy of the last reading. Watch your ears. Archangel Michael, please clear and shield the energy of this reading so that we can get the messages meant for in beings. As I go into this reading, all my tarot guides, please allow me to channel spirit clearly. Make it all of you and none of me, and any of their ancestors that may want to come into the reading are welcome. Beings of divine light, of course, and only beings of divine light are welcome here. Please and thank you. Ashe. Oh, okay. We've got Lady Portia here with overcoming limitations, karmic release, letting go of the need to be right, along with Commander Ashtar, leadership activation, time to evolve, trust in your ability to guide others, and Mavatar Bavaji, spiritual awakening, interconnectedness, understanding the inner workings. So again, this is transformation type energy, but there's a little bit of ego sublimation here. There's a need to and honestly, the need to be right, that is a defensive mechanism. As a child, you may have been taught to be seen and not heard, or may have felt like you were never heard. You may have genuinely been never heard, or been made to feel small. Stay in your place. Who do you think you are? Sit down, be quiet. Don't be too big for your britches. All of that good stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so there's some healing that's required around that, because you're being called to level up in a big way that's going to take you into leadership. And you can't step into this level of leadership if you're still carrying imposter syndrome because of childhood trauma having tamped you down and tried to make you feel small. Trust me, I understand this energy a lot. I feel that, because been there, done that, got 2 t-shirts and a trophy. Okay, so I understand where it comes from, but it does have to heal. You are, it's hard for us. We're told to stay humble, don't be egotistical. So it's very hard sometimes for us to think of ourselves as, I'm an ascending being, I'm a powerful spiritual teacher, I'm a light worker, I'm any of those things, because that little voice in the back of our heads is on that. Who do you think you are? You want to be braggadocious now? Oh, you a spiritual leader? You are. You're further along than you know. Spirituality does not mean religiosity. So it doesn't matter that your mama, your grandmama, and the pastor down the road don't understand or believe in your level of spirituality. You're finding your way. And even if you aren't as focused spiritually as you would necessarily like to be, or you feel like you're supposed, I can't tell you how far I felt so far behind. For the longest time, I assumed everybody knew the things that I knew, and I felt like I was behind the 8 ball. And by life's standards, I am behind. I failed miserably at doing corporate America life, but that's because I'm not called for corporate America life. But I felt like I was behind spiritually as well. But in order to be a teacher, you don't have to know everything. You just have to know a little bit more than the folks you call to teach. That's all. So you genuinely are further along this path than you may realize. But let's get in here and see maybe what some of the life stuff we might need to work on or heal, or a little bit about what might be coming down the pike, because I know there's always going to be more shadow work and inner child work and all that to do. I feel like I'm on Dark Night of the Soul 15.0. But look at here, fears and illusions came out here. Limitations, anxiety, comfort zone, overthinking, negative outlook. Out of all the cards that could have came out that deck. Reflecting and shadow work is here. Wait a minute. Yep, soul searching, deep introspection, evaluation, hermit energy. This is going into the void. Yeah, I see it. I see it. But here, you being asked to come into truth, expression, a new perspective, seeing the truth, clear action, honesty, and communication. So, yeah. Oh, it talks about putting in the work, and the spring card came out here. This is a timing card. So between now and next spring, you're going to see a significant shift. You may have began to feel the shift this past spring, but I do believe going through the fall and winter months into next spring, you're going to see you're being prepared for something. Allow this spiritual transformation, do the inner child work, continue to focus on that. And I believe by spring, you're really going to see something dramatically different happening in your life. And I don't normally get too many timing cards. I don't like to try to pinpoint them, but that came out so strongly and everything else resonates. So I feel pretty confident in going ahead and calling that one. That makes me want to pull an Angel Answers card though, for real, but we're going to see what else comes out here. Authenticity, be your divine self at all times. You weren't designed to fit in. Break away from the expectations and fully express yourself in your own unique way, and you'll be a magnet for success. So that's a lot of that overthinking energy, too. Oh, at the bottom of the deck, self doubt is right here. You're questioning yourself and unable to move forward. Don't let fear hold you back. You have the strength and power to see it through. Now is the time to break free from this limiting pattern. Difficult road. This is a spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. This is that Chiron, wounded warrior type energy. This is 9 of Wands type of energy. A lot of us that are on this path carry that energy. I mean, hey, it is what it is because we've been that road. Like you say, we took the Super Dave crash and burn entry into this experience, but those were our karmic lessons, our soul lessons that we chose on the curriculum before we ever even incarnated on this planet for our soul growth. Every time we come through here, we level up just so far and then we run out of lives and then we leave. And we come back and we play the game a little further and then we leave. We forget in between rounds, but this go around, a lot of us are here on this planet at this point in time. We are old souls. Some of us are ancient souls. This is not our first rodeo. We're here because we knew that something was going to trigger us to get further in the game this time, to level up and ascend, because we're here to bring in the age of Aquarius, to teach, to help. We're here to be the founders of New Earth. Whether it completely gets outlined in our lifetime or not, we're laying the foundation, the groundwork for New Earth right now with what we're doing. Look at here. Look, oh my goodness. Queen of Santawa is here with Level Up. And Mawa Lisa is here with Cosmic Power. Are you kidding me? That part. That entire part. Told you I know who the hell I'm talking to. Ooh. Kazana is here with Celestial Alignment. Queen of Sheba with Secrets Revealed. Umbuya Nahanda, Radical Rebirth. Radical Rebirth. This is a tearing down to the frame and rip you out the plastic because you acting brand new. You finna be brand new. Absolutely brand new in the most beautiful spiritual way, my darling. Now let's get in here. I got to pull these now because ooh, 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 ooh. Love it. You ain't no regular degular. But I knew that. Because again, I set an intention. I wasn't trying to be, I ain't, look, they got tarot for dummies out there, but I wouldn't, that ain't the group I'm reading for, and I know that. Maybe I don't have the patience to wade around a lot of that karmic pain. And I see it, like I said, we see stuff here, but we're not going to wallow in karmic darkness. We're rising. We're rising. You are different. Told you. And look at here. Rise above. I ain't even see. I said we rising. Rise above the dark days of life. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return. This is card 13. This is like death and rebirth. In the tarot, death is 13, and death represents rebirth. Now let's see what's coming out along with this card. What's the cross here? Or what could prevent this? Oh, we got 2 interesting cards that came here. The Tree of Wishes is calling your name. An almost forgotten wish will now come true. And then the bridge that's kind of going to carry you across, or your angelic assistance, if you will, is live in this world as a dreamer, create a future paradise. You may not even understand the real manifestational power you have just yet, but you will. You'll come to understand that. A new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. That's why I say it's not an instant thing, but it is going to happen. Don't even worry about it. Ooh, awaken the magic of your creativity. Immerse yourself in the world of feelings. You getting ready to go into a hermit period that's going to take you into a period of contemplation, kind of dark night of the soul. It may last several months, but you're going to advance so much in that till I'm telling you, it's like a caterpillar going into a chrysalis, melting down into goo, and then coming out as a magnificent butterfly. I'm telling you, next spring is going to be magical for you. You may see changes before then too, but I'm just saying, I know this ain't no going, it's not likely to be I'm going to wake up next Tuesday and everything has changed. It looks like it may require a shifting of your attention to the spiritual in a way that you hadn't necessarily ramped down into yet. And I'm not saying you got to be like me and be a virtual monk sitting up here somewhere with your face stuck in a book 24/7, but there probably will be more attention given to your spiritual studies and meditation and fasting and spiritual baths and cleaning up. There will just be more of that over the next several months. To conform is to die inside, be brave and be yourself. But first thing you got to do is figure out what yourself is, because again, you are in a rebirth. So yourself can be as wonderful as you want it to be. It's going to be something completely different than anything it's ever been before. Have courage. Awaken the warrior of light within you. Yes, you're awakening that. Absolutely. So now let's see what goes with those. And that's why I said I know it's going to take some time. Just like I say, stick around here on the channel, because that's kind of what we do. I get into these soul work type readings. Definitely stay in tune over there with Modern Mystic Messages so you can kind of tap into the spiritual messages. You're on the right path. I'll just continue to lean into it and allow spirit and your intuition to guide you where you're supposed to go. You were led here. You doing what you that, and it's as easy as that. That's why I say it's not. Religion has taught us that it has to be hard and it's impossible and we don't know what we're doing and we gotta. It's not that. It's really not that. You are figuring yourself out and you will. But here's the thing, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You can be whoever or whatever you want to be. Period. Period. If you a beautiful high priestess, queen, goddess, you are. If you decide to be, you're not thinking big enough, because our sense of, we, like I said, we've been programmed to, you gotta stay humble, you gotta, and again, when I say priestess, queen, goddess, whatever, I'm not saying it from a haughty place. There's a difference in being humble and being haughty, and people think that they're automatically either one or the other. No, there is a confident middle ground where you still stand enough in humility that you don't lord your position or your spiritual development over other people, but you still have to know that you are worthy, and spiritually you kind of a big deal. Spiritually you can confidently get to a point where you know you communicate and walk with angels. You can confidently know that you can call in your spirit guides and your ancestors, and don't matter whether somebody else believe it or not. You can get to that point where you know that you know that you know what you're doing on your spiritual path, regardless to what the rest of the world thinks. And that doesn't put you in a place of being haughty and whatever, because truthfully, when you really understand that, that's when you find real humility. A lot of what folks put out there, that show of humility, they just as cocky and confident and wrong. Look at all them televangelist preachers and stuff. They put forth a great show of humility. They're not a little bit humble, not a little bit. Real humility comes from knowing that you're working and walking with the divine. Because at the end of the day, if you're a messenger of the divine, you're a mouthpiece for God, so to speak. You don't have no reason to be braggadocious. You work for spirit. That's all. Because the world gonna hate you for that. So there's really no bragging rights in that. Like I said, they killed Yeshua. There's no bragging rights in working for spirit. There's just a beautiful sense of self-satisfaction in knowing that you are truly following Yeshua and you are truly serving humanity. And there's great strength in service. But let's continue on, shall we? Why is rising above the dark days of life here? Oop, great awakening. Walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? Mm. Also, with this question of the tree of wishes calling your name, you are the image maker. What you focus on manifests. What thought pattern do you need to shift? Ain't this what we just finished talking about? Trying to tell you, these cards don't be playing. And truthfully, half the time I don't even truly need cards, but I like those confirmations as much as the next person. So I love it when I be talking about something and I get the shuffling and that card just pop right on out to confirm what I'm talking about, because I don't want people to think that I'm just talking off the top of my head, because if I was doing that, they would think that I'm just being critical from a personal standpoint. It's not. I don't know you from a can of paint, but all I can go with is the thoughts that spirit is helping run through my head as I'm doing this reading. Ooh. It says, live in this world as a dreamer, create a future paradise. We have things are not as what they seem. You are only trapped by your illusion. What freedom do you seek? And truthfully, that's with this living as a dreamer scenario. Please understand. Now, I'm not saying that you're supposed to become so cognitively dissonant that you can't function in the world, but there is a huge space for this creative daydreaming. This is where you actually go into the ethers and dial up your future experience. You can make it as detailed as you want. You can see yourself stepping into purpose. You can build your future home. You can make it. You can get it down to what color sheets are going to be on the bed, what color you paint the bedroom walls in your master bedroom, all of that good stuff. You said, what about Archangel Michael? He gonna always stick around. What about him? He here. I call him in first and foremost before anything, because he's the great protector. But again, and I love that when we were going through the book of Enoch, understanding, because everybody says Gabriel is God's right hand, but if you think about it from the Christian perspective, they're misled, because that would lead them to believe that Gabriel is on team Yahweh, and he is absolutely not. Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Phanuel are Team Enki all day. All day. Let me see. There's with a new strategy being required. What is the card that's coming out here with that? The universe rewards motion. What guided action can you take today? It says find this path to love and happiness. That's your guided action. Truthfully, your guided action is to go within, to kind of let go of the outward 3D world fight and go within to do this inner work and allow this transformation to take place. What's with this conforming is to die inside? Ooh, your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? So you ain't, like I said, you ain't meant to be going with the status quo. You here to create something different. And look here. Wait a minute. Oh, interesting. Because I didn't call my this card shot out too. You heal by releasing, not suppressing. What emotions do you need to feel? So that may be very telling for you, M beans. Oh, and it fell directly on top of this awaken the magic of your creativity. And the message with that card is immerse yourself in the world of feelings. And then this ad, it says you heal by releasing, not suppressing. What emotions do you need to feel? So something there. And honestly, that comes up a lot for a lot of us, I think. There's something in your inner child space that you need to go back and address, and you probably don't even, you're not even aware of it at this time necessarily. It may be some trauma that you may not have even recognized as trauma yet, but your Okay, you do need to then again do the inner work, the shadow work, the inner child work. I had to go back and do that too because again, I was so taught with that suck it up, other people got it worse, your life ain't so bad, and I glossed over a lot of things and it wasn't until about the third or fourth round of Dark Night of the Soul that I was finally able to go back, and it was literally like a wall fell down that brought me back into areas of my childhood. At first, it wasn't even traumatic. At first, I kept wondering, why am I seeing my family home in my meditations? For a while, I just kept consistently, I have not set foot in my family home in over 30 years. But why it just kept coming up in meditation, and I was seeing the area around, and I couldn't understand. I wasn't necessarily seeing people, but the more I kept seeing that, then specific scenes and scenarios started coming to mind in meditation, some traumas and things that had happened that I had not even allowed myself to consider as traumas before. But now that I'm older and looking back on it, I'm like, oh, that shit really did happen. No wonder you have such a hard time processing relationships and stuff on this end now because of the stuff that happened back there. And I realized I had left my inner child stuck behind the wall of my pain, just stuck back there. So I'm tell you what I've told several other people, and you can find others that may be more comfortable for you. But if you aren't aware of where to get started as far as shadow work and inner child work, I love Christina Lopes, Lopes. She is a licensed therapist who uploads content here on YouTube as well. She, like I said, she was in practice as a therapist, but when she had her spiritual awakening, she addresses a lot of issues from the licensed therapist point of view, but also from the spiritual standpoint. And she has a lot of videos that are dealing with shadow work, inner child work. I love a piece that she did about 4 or 5 years ago now about the narcissist empath paradigm and what causes that with the narcissist. She spoke about the narcissist uh, paradigm, if you will, differently than I've ever heard any other therapist talk about it, because she was looking at it from a spiritual standpoint and what she felt like causes it. And it made a lot of sense because she said she felt like it was caused by their solar plexus being stuck open too far, and it causes them to become an energetic vacuum or siphon, if you will. They burn out their own energies, and then they continue to absorb other people's as well. You say you dream about your childhood home a lot. Yeah, you got some inner child work that needs to be addressed. Absolutely. You may have to start going there in meditation. Have courage here though. Awaken the warrior within you. You can radically change your results by shifting your beliefs. What belief is limiting you? And some of that will honestly, once you got to do the inner child work first in order to even understand that you're powerful enough to create with this kind of intention. Other than that, your creations will be kind of sloppy because your inner child is the one that that fuels your creativity to help you create anyway. You just knew you could be or do or have anything you wanted as a child. You wanted to be a ballerina and a fireman and a singer and a newscaster and all of those beautiful things because our inner children know how amazing we are until the world stifles them and us. And like I say, and then we block them away in the wall. We put up that wall as a self-defense mechanism so that we can just survive. We put our big girl panties on and our big boy shorts on, and we just tough it out into the world. And we leave our inner children bricked up behind that wall of trauma and pain. You gotta go back and rescue her. You got to. Okay. Now let's continue on here. We're gonna take a look at some of the grab a little tarot here, and I like this deck with this particular spread, so I'm gonna grab it. Okay. If there's anyone else that's actually watching that wants a question answered, place it in here, because other than that, when I finish this reading, I'm going to go ahead and shut this session down because, like I said, I don't, and again, this is my first live on this channel. So YouTube be doing what it doing. I'm going to have to consistently continue showing up in here in order for YouTube to introduce me into the algorithm to start getting more people in. They're not even showing it in the reels apparently, because I've literally only had like 4 people max in here the entire time, and I've been in here for an hour and a half. So I know it's not going to genuinely do me any good to just stay in here. So when I finish your reading, MBs, we're going to shut it down unless someone comes in with an active question. Look at here. Rise above the dark days of life and this great awakening came out here with the world card. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love it. That's a brand new cycle all day. That literally is a brand new cycle. It also talks about living in your authenticity. This with this tree of wishes calling your name and you being the image maker, the 3 of cups came out here. This is collaboration and celebration. It also, yeah, it's like like a bit of soul tribe energy, connections with people, living in this world. Ooh, living in the world as a dreamer. The strength card came out. Now, the strength card is about using your mental skill, your soft skills, as it were, to be able to tame the beast. In the traditional tarot, it literally shows a woman. Sometimes it shows, I think in the Light Seers, she's half woman, half lion. It's a Leo card. But in the traditional tarot, the woman is there, but she's petting this lion on the head. She's controlling a lion. And you know good and full well a woman is not going to control a lion by her physical strength. She's doing it with the will of mind as well as her soft skills, schmoozing the lion. So strength is here. It is about courage and fortitude. But yeah, in this dreamer energy, that's what it takes to be able to know and understand that you can do this. Ooh. Honestly, I'm thinking now these 2 cards came out together. This card doesn't go with the Dreamer decks stack. The Alchemist does. Yeah, because that is transformation. It's being a visionary. And it says, live in the world as a dreamer, create a future paradise, and things are not as they seem. You're trapped by illusion. The Alchemist came out here for you. This Strength card comes with this new strategy being required in the universe, rewarding your motion. Still requires, like I said, kind of finessing a scenario into place. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even realize that 2 cards had come out together. And I really think that that's where that one goes. Now let's see. To conform is to die inside. But it needs to die inside. The 10 of Swords came here. This is closing a cycle. This is enough for the nonsense. What's gone before. This is facing this trauma and these crises. It does talk about being a painful ending, and it is painful sometimes to rehash some of that stuff up so that we can put it to bed pretty much once and for all. And even now, I mean, I see things that are of a certain light. It can be a little uncomfortable to go through some of that stuff. I'm not going to say it isn't, but it is necessary to face it so that you can convert it, so to speak. And then the Age of Aquarius is here. Or actually, yeah. Yeah, we got the Age of Aquarius. Awaken the magic of your creativity. You heal by releasing, not suppressing. This is about awakening and ascension. We're entering the Age of Aquarius. This is the Aquarius deck. And this card is they got an extra set of arcana that come with it. This is a major arcana card that represents transformation. Have courage. Ooh. Ooh. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Sun here. I'm going to see what actually comes out, though. Wow. Same difference. Same difference. The sun was at the bottom of the deck, which, I mean, in the traditional tarot, we know that that is the happiest card in the deck. We know what it represents, all of those goodies. But what actually came out of the deck was the event horizon. This is basically, it talks about it. Literally, the key words on this card are shadow work, inner illumination, but it's also kind of a ground zero for you to be able to shift, make a change, and move forward. This is a reformation of thoughts, or reformation, if you want to call it, of your thoughts. And that came here with the Four of Swords, which is the meditation card. So Spirit is telling you, go back in, go really tune, like drill down more on your meditation, doing the shadow work, doing the inner child work, allow this transformation to happen. And we did get that spring timing card. I still want to make sure that that the timing on that is correct. Hold on. Oh wow, at the bottom of that deck, let go is here, but I didn't shuffle it. And I wanted to know, if I wanted to get the timing, when I split it, it split out to yes. But I still am gonna shuffle and pull so we can make sure. A year from now. So I said springtime. A year from now is a little more than springtime, but I think you'll still begin to see the shift by spring. Be assertive. A year from now and be assertive came out. Take action. That yes came back out at the bottom. Peaceful resolution was there, but now yes is there. Oh, choose a new direction is now at the bottom. So you're getting the opportunity to set out. Like I said, Spirit is kind of showing you what's ahead. What do they say? Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is kind of what we're looking at right now. Hold on, let me see what's over here. You can do it. You can do it. And that is Archangel Michael. Antoine said something about Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael and came right on up out this deck. You can do it. On that note, we're going to pull an Archangel Michael card too, to actually see if he got a direct message for you regarding this. And then we're going to get to your other oracles and be out of here. Ooh, that shot out. That might be the only one. Well, maybe not. Okay. All right. Something you got to leave behind, though. It says it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. And the prayer is, Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. And then have confidence came here. Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, and health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. And then finally, energy healing work. Thank you for sending healing. Thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me for my own blessings and for all those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and high energy healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. So, on the other side of your own healing, you may look into um, some energy healing in other ways. Maybe you'll be led to become Reiki attuned, and once you do that, maybe you'll be inspired to share that energy with other people and actually be a Reiki healer or something else. I'm not sure what it is for you. Only you'll know. But yeah. You can do it. Absolutely. You can do it. I had to say it. You know I did. Oh my goodness. And when I popped this out, Earth Healing came out of this deck first out. And Star Child, look at you. An Invitation to Connect came out, and Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I wasn't planning on taking four, but they came out, so that's what we're going to look at. Shoot, why not? Ooh, goodness. Okay. These cards is talky, but it's all good. Like I say, you getting the works today. Spirit is loving on you. Wow. This is a lot, but it's all good. I try to run through them quickly. I'm not going to read everything that's in these books, but yeah, I understand why they're coming. So, mm-mm-mm. Oh, what's this? I honestly think that might be it for that one. Okay. So now we're going to start out with. Whoa. Star Child is here. The light of the stars exists in you. The earth wants you to share that light with humanity. You're asked to understand that you are meant to be here, that you have spiritual work to accomplish. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on earth, where it shall make such a positive difference in the world. Fall in love with earth's beauty. She can and will support you in all ways. Have you been dreaming of other places you would prefer to be? Are you wondering if there's more to life on this planet than suffering and struggle? Perhaps you know you have a mission, yet you doubt that you can succeed. Perhaps you love your life here, but yearn to experience the spiritual purity that exists in the higher vibrational fields of the stars. You may feel like a tourist in need of a fix of your home language to endure adapting to a very different world. Grounding yourself here on earth enables you to fulfill your life mission. You cannot accomplish this without feeling that you belong here. Your feet need to be planted on the earth. Relax and trust that you are meant to be here. You have a special light to share and a particular spiritual vibration to live, so that the quotient of embodied spiritual light on earth increases. You are part of an important team of spiritual beings working to assist humanity and grow spiritually. And also, if you haven't been putting your bare feet on Mama Earth, grounding is talking about in the spiritual sense, but also go put your feet on Gaia, meditate, go outside and sit barefoot with your bare feet on the grass or in the dirt or sand or whatever, and meditate. And then we have Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Divine feminine wisdom empowers you to grow into your vision, your dreams, and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Perhaps you envision a very different life for yourself to what you're experiencing right now. This wisdom reminds you that you can experience even the most extraordinary dreams as reality if you're willing to grow into what you desire to become what you seek. Surrender any plans about how you can best manifest your dreams and instead allow life to guide and nourish you through your experiences each day. The universe supports your divine destiny and is helping you become all you're meant to be. When the wisdom of the divine feminine reaches for you, the message is clear. You are in a process of becoming more of heaven on earth. Sometimes there are growing pains alongside the joy such growth brings. You may feel concerned, thinking your pain is an indication that you're failing in some way. You may judge your suffering as a sign that you're not operating at a high enough frequency. Yet, how many spiritual masters upon this planet have endured great suffering as well as experiencing tremendous love and joy in the fulfillment of their divine destiny? Growing pains are just part of the feminine path of creation, of breaking through what has become too small for you. There is joy in the eventual freedom, but the act of breaking through can feel painful at times. And then we have the invitation to connect. Love exists throughout our universe. Many loving beings that do not belong to the human race exist in worlds beyond the earthly realm. Among these are those who are aware of the spiritual plight of humanity and are willing and able to help us move forward. Unlike those who close their minds because they fear the unknown, you have an open mind and an open, receptive heart. Beings from other worlds recognize you as a receptive channel for their unconditionally loving assistance in this world. You will both benefit from this individually and help the planet. So you're being offered an invitation to connect. There are many dimensions to existence. For those who are developing evolved sensory perception, the senses will not be restricted to being impressed upon by the physical dimension. There are higher dimensions that the psychic or emotional nature can recognize, and even more refined dimensions that the higher mind can recognize. Beyond that, there are dimensions that the mind, even in its most expansive state, cannot grasp, but the spirit knows to be real. The more your sensitivity to subtle energy evolves, the more aware you become of these worlds beyond this world. For some, this will be easy to accept and will inspire interest in learning more. Others may be tentative about exploring connections with non-earthly beings. But you'll connect as you're ready when you're ready. Earth healing, you're making a real contribution to the planet through your spiritual journey. Remember this and believe that your needs will be generously met by the earth and the universe. What you are doing matters and you will be supported. The earth recognizes you. She sees you as a conduit through which she is fed higher frequencies of light, love, and divine peace. This assists her on the journey of her own evolution. Earth is an exceptionally beautiful and powerful divine being in her own right. Yet she, like every other being, benefits from the assistance of higher frequencies, which offer a loving hand to help raise her vibration and continue her evolution. You are here to have your spiritual life journey in a human body. Part of that process will involve sharing your light with the earth itself. This may take you on the role of a healer, guide, mentor, or teacher to others on the path. It may see you doing work in the natural world with various earth-centered causes such as conservation and animal welfare, organic and biodynamic farming, and ethical food production. It may involve an active prayer life that is ongoing through your day, praying for assistance, compassion, clearing, and blessing when you see an accident on the road, an animal or person who seems to be suffering, or an item on the news that you know needs light and healing. And honestly, this makes me think about a practice when I mentioned going outside and putting your feet on Mother Earth. When you do that, also consider you can look up the infinity breath. You can do any kind of breathing, but I've found that the infinity breath is super conducive to this when you do it. When I go outside for barefoot meditating, if you start doing the infinity breath and literally you're imagining that energy flowing down into Gaia, coming up and arcing through your person, coming up and out through the top of your head, up to source, and then coming back down into your solar plexus and then going into a figure 8 pattern so that it's arcing between source through you down into Gaia and back up to source. I'm trying to tell you that is a transcendent meditational and breath work practice if you get an opportunity to start looking into that. Hey, Niana, what's up, mama? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Now, let's continue on. We finished with those cards. I did also want to take a look at the law of attraction cards here, or the universal law cards. They're not just law of attraction, they're all of the universal laws. Oh, hold on. And we have the law of attachment, or the law of non-attachment, I should say. I'm telling you, it'll change your life, girl. It'll change your life. And I haven't done that recently. I honestly feel like I don't know what's going on with me because my breath work. I stopped smoking, and I even stopped smoking weed for months and months and months. But sometimes I feel like I'm not bringing enough, moving enough oxygen. I got to get out there and start doing it again too. So yeah, mosquitoes. Because even when I use the citronella stuff and all of that, I still wind up getting bitten when I go out there, and I just haven't been feeling like getting ate up. But the card here is let go, release, and allow miracles. This universal law, the law of non attachment, is set into motion the moment you attach a positive or negative meaning to anything that occurs or does not occur, which is the belief that the physical realm is more powerful than the creative power within. To have anything in life, you must free yourself mentally from attachment to it. Nothing in the physical realm is permanent and is only the mental equivalent of what is going on within consciousness. Becoming neutral and equanimous is key to directing this law. The oracle's message is discord might be knocking at your door. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to heal and awaken, remembering who you are. At the core of who you are is pure goodness, eternal kindness, and an eternal givingness to life. The universe is reminding you that if you do not work for the highest good, you will take away your divine powers. Experiencing feeling disempowered, there is loving energy in the universe, and you get to direct it because you are it. That part. And then we have the law of karma came out here. You are being called to a higher purpose. Karma is the sum total of the choices made by the individual, collective, and cosmic consciousness. This includes all lifetimes, all creation, and all thinking. Everything that exists has been created from the first cause, spirit. Furthermore, each person is living out their specific lineage karma. The extent to which the collective uses the life force for harmony is the extent we will create heaven on earth and vice versa. The disease factors caused by genetics are the sum of the actions upon that lineage. New karma is created via new thinking and new actions. The oracle's message: addiction or dysfunction may be knocking on a nearby door. By drawing this card, your higher self desires for you to heal and awaken, help people remember who they are. At the core of who you are is pure goodness, eternal kindness, and an eternal givingness. The universe is reminding you to work for your highest good. Anything that does not align with this law will take away their own divine powers, experiencing feeling disempowered. There is a loving energy in the universe, and you get to direct it because you are it. Now, I thought I just read that with, Lord have mercy, I'm getting stuck myself. Was that message in the law of non-attachment? Now I got to go back and look at this because I feel like I just read that. Oh, it did say there's loving energy in the universe, and you get to direct it because I knew okay. I thought I was going crazy, but no, I get it. Now we have the law of increase. Actually, okay. I actually want to read the law of mental equivalent first because it comes first in the book and then the law of increase is right behind it. Use your imagination to create your dreams into reality. All of life is the outpicturing of the mind. Individually, you know someone's beliefs because you can simply witness their life and see what beliefs they're embodying and demonstrating. Collectively, we can observe the manifestation of the one mind by the circumstances of the cultural environment. Cosmically, we witness the divine correlation of the cells of the body and the astronomical entrainment. The oracle's message. By pulling this card, it indicates that you must wake up and realize that life is the ultimate mirror of your consciousness. Who you are being and how you are living indicates the exact beliefs you are embodying. If you do not like what you're experiencing, it is up to you to reprogram your subconscious mind and redirect energy upon universal law to manifest and demonstrate a life you love. Imagination is the secret to creating your dreams into reality. And then we have the law of increase. You were born for greatness. This law teaches us that the use of energy upon energy creates exponential growth. Whatever we're giving our energy to will grow and multiply. This is the synergistic leveraging and compounding factor of life. The extent to which you invest your energy into relationships that expand, investments that grow, and things that you love is the extent to which you will catapult your life. And the oracle's message: this is a divine sign for you to stop putting your energy into things that drain your energy. It is time to pivot and launch into the life of your dreams. Focus on that which you wish to expand. Give thanks and praise for every penny you have, every friend you have, and every ounce of energy within your cells. Align with people who are like minded and witness the miracles. Wow, that's beautiful. And then, what was this other? I could have sworn I pulled a Metatron card over here, but I don't see it now. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I had put something over top of it. We've got clarity, go within. You seek clarity now on something that is bothering you and making you feel out of balance. It may be an answer that just won't come, or an explanation or higher meaning to something happening around you. So often we think of clarity as arriving at one defined moment in time, but clarity can come in waves when we quiet our bodies and minds and allow a moment to just be. It can last for hours, days, or months. It is the still small whisperings of our soul that we often ignore or don't have time to properly hear. A state of tranquility is needed where we can stop and allow our spiritual guides to connect with us, and it helps to hear them and feel their love for us. To help us with this, Archangel Metatron asks you to breathe in an aquamarine energy to bring balance to your emotional state and realign. Bear with me. And realign and strengthen you. Slowly and deeply breathe in this blue ray to fill your entire body and then breathe it out. Surround yourself with this aquamarine light and feel held, supported, and lifted out of your worries, concerns, and stress. Just allow them to dissolve and let go. It says, don't push for an answer or spend time in silence, free of distractions, noise, and chaos. You return to the simplicity of listening to your own heartbeat and your own breath. Hold on. Okay. Free of distractions, noise, and chaos, you return to the simplicity of listening to your own heartbeat and your own breath, slowing everything down to a point of deep serenity where clarity can be found. Don't push for an answer or solution. It may be that much is still to be revealed or played out in a situation or relationship you inquire about. Realize you will be given what you need for now. Feel into the fresh perspective the aquamarine energy gives and allow it to aid and help you reach diamond clarity whenever you need it. It is here waiting to serve you. And then we have karma untying the knots. Drawing this card implies that what you inquire about is linked to a karmic energy, which may be why things are particularly challenging right now. We are all at times now where karma is being worked through faster than before. Also, some karmic contracts are ending but need to be finished with good grace. Each aspect of karma needs to be respected and worked through till its end, and God alone decides when it is done. You are reminded that everything in life has a consequence. The good deeds you do are returned to you tenfold if done with a loving heart. And likewise, any action that causes pain or detriment to another also comes back to you, this time as a debt to be repaid. There is no escaping the law of karma, whether you are rich or poor, and whether you are born in the wild, or wherever you're born in the world. I can't read. All are treated equal. What goes around comes around. It may be that you're facing difficulty in life right now with someone or something. Karmic contracts are playing out every day. However, the wise one guided by Metatron knows when to recognize such connections and also understands the meaning and higher learning behind any karmic contract you're working through. Lessons such as compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, patience, and humility may be being asked of you now. And did we start out this reading talking about karmic contracts and things that we may have contracted for before we ever incarnated on this planet? Wow. Yeah. So it can be softened. It really can. You're going to work your way through these. And then we have Kundalini under untapped energy here. Excuse me. Think about the amount of untapped, unused energy at your disposal. Life is busy and you may be time poor. Sometimes you feel particularly weary, yet you're encouraged to go within and realize the huge well of energy available to you to help support your path to enlightenment. It is there in your earthly vessel, the human body in which your eternal soul dwells. Like a burning furnace within you, the Kundalini fire energy depicted on this card needs tending and stoking. A fire that is forgotten will emit a quiet heat, but no real flames of passion or electrical current to awaken all that is available as raw primal energy, drive, and insight. Become aware of the coiled serpent at your base chakra. This is part of you this part of you is just as real as anything else. Make friends with it, be at peace with its presence, and realize that within its coils, which wish to unfold upward, there is raw power and divine essence that is yours and yours alone. Use it to ignite passion, to inspire ideas, or to receive spiritual truths. But first, allow it to flow up your spine, warming each part with its with its light and color and energy. Okay. And last but certainly not least, we're going to hear from Yeshua with a Christ consciousness card. And the card here is 19, prayer. Contemplation and connection. When you have doubts and worries, pray. When you wish to express gratitude, pray. When you need strength, pray. Prayer is therapeutic for you now and can be done in any moment, in any place, when alone or with company. To sit and commune with the higher power, the universe, or your guides and helpers, it puts things back into perspective and helps balance your mind, body, and soul. Setting time aside to pray connects you with all the help you require, the energy to sustain you, and the solace and comfort you seek. To pray is not to demand answers and solutions or to seek what you want, to seek what you alone want, but to surrender to the flow of the universe, which knows what is best for you and all concerned. There is often a divine timing at play with prayer, but our cries for help are always heard and answered in ways we often don't recognize. Just knowing that you are heard is powerful and cathartic, opening doorways to healing and peace. To be in prayer is to be present, to pause, and to be still, allowing the outside world to recede and the inner one to grow. Maybe you've been very busy or have not had time for yourself or your spiritual needs, since modern life is often frantic, noisy, and fast paced. But prayer slows down vibration so that focus, healing, and balance can be restored. Prayer is not meant to be difficult. The child in this card has mastered it, knowing instinctively how to do it, even against a city backdrop. There is a nod to the tranquility that can be found in nature also. A park, a garden, stream, or tree, anything living that connects us to the power and beauty that is God's creation all around us. We don't need an ornate building to pray in, we just need ourselves and a moment to pause, breathe, and practice the art of communing with that which we seek. In silence or via spoken word, prayer is a lifesaver and a life sustainer. Enjoy a moment in it today. So that is your reading, dear one. I hope you got benefit from it. And for any who may be watching it as well, like I said, it was specific for M beings, but if you received, like I say, if it resonates, take it, because it is a beautiful message and spirit is here. That's the quantum nature of tarot. It can be talking to one person and actually go out there and touch 100 other people, 1,000 other people today, tomorrow, 5 years from now. Whenever you hear this reading, if it resonates, it is yours. Do know that. You're very, very welcome, my dear. I'm happy to have been able to do that for you. Is there anyone else in the live stream that has a question or would like cards pulled for them? If not, then I am going to close this session. We just talked about prayer. I don't do a lot of open forum praying, but I do see that we don't have very many in here, and they've been with me for a moment, so I know the energy is powerful. With that said, I would like to go into a brief moment of prayer for all beings in the earth that are going through any trouble, any type of difficulty at this time, any sustaining that we may need to have. I do ask that Yeshua be with us as well as Lord Enki. I pray for the deliverance, for the awakening of humanity, for peace to spread and grow on this planet, like the very best kind of comfort and ease. We know it's not to be found necessarily through governmental authorities, but it does not matter. The revolution will not be televised. It is alive and well through our hearts. And Enki, Lord Enki, Yeshua, and the host of beautiful, mighty archangels that work along with you to better humanity. We thank you for all that you have done, are doing, and will do for us. We pray that we can connect with you and be used as tools of your divine will. As we go about our days, we ask that kindness, peace, tranquility, and unconditional love flow through us and follow with us wherever we may go, and spread out to our brothers and sisters wherever they may be in the world that are suffering the injustices that we see in a world that needs your loving kindness and needs to remember who they are, that you are the one that made us and that you are calling us to unify in love. We go our separate ways this day. We thank you. We thank you. We pray for our brothers and sisters, and we thank you. In Yeshua's beautiful, loving name, so be it, and so it is. Ashe. Sorry. You say you want me to pull for you, Niana? Okay, I can do that. Bear with me a second. When I align with spirit, when I pray like that, I often cry. It's a spiritual thing. I'm sorry. So let me get myself together, and I'm more than happy to pull for you. Do you have something in mind specifically today that you want to pull for? Are we looking at a love message? We pulling for money? We're doing general? What we got? Just a general message for your day? Uh-oh. Let me see. I got to get some of these cards out the way. Bear with me a second while you think about what you want to pull for. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to reorganize these after the fact. But, yeah. You said new number embodied the law of teaching. You're welcome. Let me get over here. What is this? Ooh, that's interesting. This card flipped over here: ceremony, ritual, celebrate, and devotion. Niana, I don't know if that means something to you. I wasn't even planning on using that deck, but it was in a completely different pile of decks. So I'm going to call it out because I sees it. Bear with me while I get these cleared away, and we're going to get you pulled. We're going to get you over here with some stuff because I got some decks are starting to come to mind that I want to pull for you. But I just got to get some of it. Right now, it look like a bomb went off on my desk, and my ADD won't let me do that. So I got to get stuff out of the way. You connected with your dragon? Oh, I'm glad you said that too. It's going to require a little bit of book reading, but if you got time for it now, I got time. I want to pull a spread for you from the Dreams of Gaia deck because there are some dragons in that deck, and I just want to see if any of them come out for you. Or any of the messages that want to come out for that deck. Give me just a moment to finish putting these cards away over here, and we'll definitely get started. Hold on. I'm almost done. I'm not moving quite fast enough, but I'm getting there. We pulled a lot of cards out for that. A couple of readings there. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, good, 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 good. Glad you're hanging with me here. And it's funny, like I said, I got pulled on. It's so weird because if I went on Modern Mystic, they'd be flooding in, but that is more in tune with the algorithm. So it's just gonna be quiet over here until I catch the algorithm on this channel. But I actually kind of like these little intimate readings. But it's just about doing the time on here. So I'm loving the fact that I got some folks that can hang with me a little bit. And I am more than happy to pull that for you. All right. Oh goodness, what we got? What we got? Oh, yeah. Stop for me to drop my tablet and tow it up. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do? Let me see. Let me see. Trying to think of the oracle cards that I'd like to pull along with this. And I think I'm gonna, yeah. This is gonna be a little book intensive, but it's okay. Not too bad though, hopefully. Okay. This is a beautiful deck, but again, it's one of those where the meanings of these cards can vary. Some of the meanings are the same as in the traditional tarot, but it has extra cards too, and in some of the meanings are like dramatically different. So I do have to kind of lean towards the book meanings. Sometimes some people choose to read it intuitively, but I'm like, as much time and effort as she spent creating this deck, I like to give it the respect of actually looking into the book as well to see what those messages are. So we're gonna take our time and do that with all of these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want a sixth deck. That's just my ADD. Sorry. I do things in threes. So if I got 5 decks, I'm gonna pull from 6. If I got 8 decks, I'm gonna pull from 9. That's just me. Oh shoot, I had 6 decks out already and didn't even realize it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got 6. Okay. That makes me wonder now. Wait a minute. You get to choose. Do you want me to pull from this deck for you? Take a look at it and see how you feel. Or this deck. Or I'll even make it better. We get to eliminate one of these decks. Or this one. Pick one of these to eliminate. This is the animal spirit deck. This is I think it's called Cosmic. I forgot what it is. I forget what it is now. Oh my goodness. I don't remember the name of this deck. I can't even find a book now. Eliminate the purple one. This one. I mean this one. Okay. This. Wait a minute. Eliminate this. I will tell you though that on the bottom of this deck, just so we know, the card that was waiting here was "You Are the Channel." Deja vu, self-fulfilling prophecy. The card is called Inner Oracle. Just so we can get a message from the deck before we completely retire it. You said get rid of the last one. That was the animal spirit. Okay. This is the one we're getting rid of. Just so I'm clear. This isn't actually purple. It's kind of a black and green. It may be showing up as purple here. This is like a deep bluish purple. This is it's like an indigo blue feeding into purple. You know what? I'll just make an exception. My ADD will allow me. You know what? Never mind. I got a different one that we don't need to pull because it's more of a like a cosmic deck from like off planet and stuff. So I'll get rid of this one. How about that? So I can pull from both of them since we can't decide. Okay, so we'll keep all of those, and I got rid of another one because I was kind of more I thought about it. We don't really need that deck anyway for what we're pulling for. All right. All right, let's go. So we're gonna see what we see. Okay, yeah, and that felt right too. The more I thought about it, getting rid of the one that I got rid of felt right, and we're gonna keep these other ones. There it goes. Okay, and then. Wow, this they hadn't been playing a bajillion commercials. Now all of a sudden, come on, Secret Ronin. I might have to go to another channel because it done got too many commercials looped off in here. I am. The one that I decided was one I hadn't even shown you yet. I got rid of one that it was more along the lines of like a cosmic deck that had like a bunch of different planetary systems like the Pleiadians and the Hathors and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that deck, but I just with the cards that I'm pulling, I really get that was the deck that needed to go. I didn't need it. I was trying to see if there's a dragon in this deck. There might be. Let me see. It didn't come out, but I'm just trying to see. Because there aren't that many dragons in my decks. I need to get, I was going to get, there's a dragon oracle, and I've been thinking about getting it. I just hadn't bought any new decks recently, but I think I will get a dragon oracle soon. There's a unicorn in this deck, but I don't see a dragon. Oh, there is one. Okay. Well, since it popped out towards the end here, I'm going to pull it anyway. because I want to see what the message is for you. I'm going to just go ahead on and pull all of your cards before we get into it, because it'll be easier that way. I'm going to try to figure out a different angle, camera angle, so when I come live, you can actually see more of the table. One of my tripods broke, and I got to see if I can fix that. Oh. Okay. That. And then this one. You know what? Let me see if I can. Yeah, that way we can see. That's better, I think. It shows you a little bit of the table anyway. All the images are backwards on here. If anybody know how to flip that back around in my regular uploads, I can get the images facing correctly. But on live stream, I haven't figured out yet how to get the images to face the correct way. So, any ideas? I'm more than open to suggestions. And purple is my color too. So yeah, the Gaia deck is also got quite a bit of purple in it. Wow, the first card that popped out of here was a dragon. I think this is the ace of, I want to say it's the ace of earth, but I can't remember. It might be the ace of water because it doesn't, yeah, we're going to see in a little bit though. But literally, the first card that popped out was a dragon. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Oh, it's the king of earth. That's interesting. I might have to take a look at those. More came out than what I need for this particular spread. I think it's 2 extra on the end, but we're going to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it was only 1 extra one. Okay. I think. Yeah, it's 1 extra, which ain't bad. And that looked like the 6 of air. So we're gonna definitely take a look at all of those. But I'm gonna put this over here. And we start out in this for your oracle cards. We've got the first card that came out was Temple of Mary, emotional expression, playful innocence, exploitation. And I love that Mary is here presiding over the reading. I love that. Language of light is here, rediscovery, humble warrior, and communication. And spirit guides, look for signs, philosophical discussion, and supervision. So, I mean, Mary is a spirit guide, but you got others as well. And we were looking for messages from your dragons. So those are some of your spirit guides as well. So definitely love the fact that spirit guides came out here. And then we have Grizzly Bear with power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. We have Orca Whale here with adventure. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. And with that friends and family, I know quite a lot of us are walking away from friends and family, but trust me, family is what you make it. If you have to release bloodline family, then there will be soul tribe, spiritual family coming in for you. White Stag is here, protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. And then the dragon is here with supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So there's the first of your dragons in this reading. And I think there's at least two more in here, maybe more than that. I think at least three more showed up for you, but we're going to see. Then we have power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. Along with hidden knowledge, Akashic records, silent understanding. Death and rebirth, darkness to light, and we've seen that rebirth energy for you before as well. Achievement is here, effort plus intention. This looked like white calf buffalo woman, but I mean, we are here with the priestesses, so. And then we have guide, illuminated path, and precognition, psychic ability, future vision. Like I said, this kind of goes hand in hand with the kind of energy I was pulling before for you. So that's good to know. Like I said, you're on the path. You are on the path. Just some tweaking and stuff to a little bit here and there, but we all got that to do. I'm not seeing majorly concerning things. Remembrance came out here for you. Remember, the light within your heart is the same as the rays of the sun and the glow of the moon. The same energy that moves the ocean tides also stirs inside your heart. What is it that your heart truly desires? What have you not said to someone that you would like to say? Find and express your truth. Then we have karma. I'm going to cover this a little bit because they're a little bit naked. I don't know how picky YouTube is going to be. Someone from the past reemerges in your life. This gives you the opportunity to handle things differently than you did before. Stand firmly in your power, yet stand also in the light of love. The universe is presenting you with a fresh opportunity to clear away any lingering karma linked to this relationship. And very often, our karmic soulmates, our karmic lessons, so to speak, they will spin the block. Sometimes I think it's a test to see whether or not we really learned the lesson and really are truthfully committed to walking away from them, but sometimes it's so that we can shift that energy, because very often we close those cycles, and in our hurt and pain we have said things that we regret, or we might have been angry, cussed them out, slammed the door, slashed the tires, whatever it happened when we were in that moment. But the more you heal over it and realize that even though that relationship was painful, and yes, it's considered karmic, they are high level soulmates, and they were there to help you learn something. Very often, if you can get past that point, you kind of sort of get to a point where you wish you had ended things on a more positive note or a little bit differently. And hold on, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Um, and so to that regard, when the karmic spin the block, it's an opportunity, keeping the cycle closed, but to close it from a more peaceful, compassionate way than perhaps we closed it the first go around. It don't have to end in a screaming fight with slash tires and all of that. We can kind of release some of that and forgive them and release them with love. Oh, by all means, they still released, because we done learned the lesson. Ain't no need to keep wallowing around in they foolishness no more. But we feel differently about it now that we've healed and ascended a little more. We have Flame of Love here. Allow. Oh, I definitely got to cover her up. What am I thinking? Allow the infinite power of love within you to radiate unconditionally in all directions, yet stand tall in your sense of self and in your own truth. The healing power of love will help you burn through all illusion, and you will discover new possibilities. This is a powerful time of transformation, ideas, and creativity. And why all these people naked? Oh my goodness, on this deck. This is tranquility here. Trust. All will turn out well. Everything will fall into place. Peace of mind and tranquility are soon restored. So definitely keep that in mind. And then the last of our oracle cards, we have, oh, we got a 44 card here, Ocean of Eternal Love, Healing, Creativity, and Fertility. I do want to look at the book on these too. Let me see. It is said that love conquers all. This is especially true for you at the moment. Something is resolved and healed through love. What was previously barren now becomes fertile. A seed is planted and you are the co-creator. The conditions are favorable, the timing is right, a new creation awaits you. The birth of something new brings joy and excitement. The forever changing seasons of eternity turn their invisible wheel, and a new cycle begins. A new image is born. And the affirmation with this is: love heals, love brings resolution, love conquers, love creates, love is eternal. And I'm so sorry, I'm not feeling this music right now. I have listened to it before, but I'm not feeling it for right now. So bear with me a second, please. I get like that. Indulge me, please. There it is. This is what I want to listen to. Okay. Now we move on to attachment. Actually, we're going to move on to lost love first, because it's closest to this one. Surrender, healing, and release. It is normal to feel sad when a relationship or friendship ends. Yet this healing card has shown up in your reading today to let you know that everything truly does happen for a reason. Trust and accept that higher forces are at work in your life at the moment and that your soul is guiding you towards ever greater love. You may not feel it at present, but you are surrounded by an ocean of love. You are loved more than you will ever know. There is little point in searching for answers. Accept things as they are. The truth is what is, yet it is also what was and what will be. There are no mistakes. Everything you experience has a purpose and is meaningful. All is part of a higher plan for your life. Every day is a new beginning, yet nothing is ever lost, for life has an endless cycle. What goes around comes around. Love is eternal. The affirmation is all I experience in life has a purpose and is meaningful. Everything is part of a higher plan. Every experience expands my understanding and appreciation of love. The truth is what is. The truth is what was. The truth is what will be. And then we have attachment, letting go, restriction, and fear. You believe that you're in a situation that you cannot free yourself from, afraid to let go and walk away because of a deep sense of duty, commitment, or guilt. Perhaps you feel that you'll hurt or disappoint someone if you let go. Whatever the reason, you feel you have no choice but to stay where you are. The emotional attachment is great and the fear is overwhelming. The fact that this card appeared for you today is no coincidence. The message is clear. You're being encouraged to face your fears. Do not listen to that fearful voice any longer. Beyond the fear is a space of love and light which is guiding you and urging you to break free. Trust. Initially, there will be some upheaval, but eventually all will turn out well for all concerned. You owe it to yourself and others. You deserve to feel light and free. Summon the power of love within you and ask it to guide you and give you the strength to do what you know is right. And then the affirmation with that is I am free from all negative attachment. I am guided by the power of love. I look beyond my fears and see only love. I deserve to be happy. I choose to follow my heart. Awesome. Now, the cards that we pulled in your main reading, the tarot, as it were, this is from the Dreams of Gaia tarot. And the spread that I pulled is called the Dreaming Tree. That is designed to be a message. Basically, it's an in depth conversation with the self and the divine. So the first card in this reading represents you, the seeker, and it's called the trunk. And like I said, the very first card that came out was indeed a dragon. This is the ace of, I think it's the ace of water. Yeah, which is the ace of cups. It's talking about the emotions. This is about new emotions first: love, infatuation, attraction, lust, longing, excitement, and passion. It mentions the key word or key phrases are an exciting beginning, take a leap of faith, open your heart, follow passion's lead, a new experience or opportunity, a new friendship, stop fighting your feelings, and being free of fear's influence. The Ace of Water symbolizes the beginning of a new love and those feelings of nervous excitement we experience at the start of a new relationship. It is that growing sense of attraction and infatuation that draws you in and dares you to throw common sense aside. Falling in love is both paradoxically thrilling and terrifying as a flood of emotions picks you up and carries you away. The river could carry you gently or lead you to rapids, or worse, fling you over a waterfall. Regardless of where this new beginning may lead, now is the time to open your heart to another or to a new experience or opportunity. Remember that the Ace of Water does not necessarily symbolize a romantic relationship. You are being asked to allow your desire, passion, or attraction to carry you along in its flow and trust that it will take you to where you need to be. And I'm going to put this card up kind of close to the screen. So if you want to, you can pause and screenshot it so that you can carry some of your dragons with you. Let me get out of the way here. Let's get it as close as I can. There we go. Now, the second card in this reading, or the second position in the reading, the first branch of the tree, because it is called the dreaming tree, this reading. The spread, the first branch represents the current mood or energy in your environment at the time of the reading. And we have here the 12 of, I think this is the 12 of air. Hold on. It's definitely not a fire. Yeah, this is the scribe. The keywords are record keeper, information, knowledge, tradition, history, personal history, and preservation. The key phrases: look for an unbiased source, be objective and seek multiple perspectives, visit the library or archives, value the written word by writing things down, document your life journey, a need to censor yourself and guard your personal information. The scribe is a record keeper, the keeper of all knowledge and information about past, present, and future. He's a priestly man, although not necessarily a religious one. His religion is knowledge and wisdom, tradition, mythos, and law, philosophy, religion, and science, mathematics and the arts, history, current events, and events that are coming. He has a reverence for books and makes little room for anything else in his life. They are his constant companions, and when he's not reading and memorizing their contents, he's searching for new sources of information and collating and documenting that information so it can be recounted with ease. He is on a perpetual quest for knowledge, not just for his own benefit, but for all of mankind. He believes that record keeping is the cornerstone of civilization, and without accurate records, the past has served no purpose. Let me see. When the scribe appears in your reading, he symbolizes the importance of documenting your life journey, whether it be through photos, a journal, a blog, or a video. Record your story so it can be enjoyed and remembered, and do it in a manner that can be safely preserved. Write your thoughts down on paper, keep scrapbooks full of photos and thoughts about your favorite experiences. And especially in the midst of this transformation and some of the stuff that we saw in the other reading that we did, that you're called to do, you're definitely going to want to document this, not only so you can look back and see where you've come from, but when you do this kind of leveling up and get the kind of loot that comes along with it, somebody going to want to know how you did it. So you might as well start documenting it now. I'm just saying. The second branch of this tree is a possible strength or weakness that may impact upon the present. And we have integrity here, which is one of the major arcana. It is number 23. These cards be so full of naked people, but let's take a look and see what the message is from this card. Excuse me. Yeah, this is kind of a wild reading too, but your other reading was a wow too, so it don't really surprise me at the end of the day. The key words here are integrity, honesty, honor, character, values, morality, sincerity, consistency, principles, and fairness. The key phrases are walk your talk, act with honor and honesty and honor, oppose hypocrisy, dishonesty, cruelty, and justice, practice ethical and honest behavior, do not play favorites, be the best person you can be, do it for love, not for profit, keep your promises. Um, there's some others too, but I ain't got to go through all of them. It says the integrity card is the seventh of the influence cards. It represents making choices and acting with honesty and honor. Integrity has many forms. There is personal integrity, professional integrity, artistic integrity, and intellectual integrity. Uh, Those with integrity are not perfect. Those with integrity are honorable, honest, and accepting of their imperfect state, and do not strive for an impossible ideal, but instead endeavor to be the best person they can be in all areas of their lives. So that's enough of that. And then the third branch, or card number 4, represents the present. And we back to these emotions with number 19. This is emotional honesty, positive emotions, negative emotions, acknowledgement, acceptance, and expression. Key phrases: all emotions are necessary. How are your feelings influencing you? Use your feelings to evaluate a situation. Heed the message behind the feeling. Do not prejudge the present based on the past. Practice acknowledging your feelings. Address symptoms of emotional repression. Repressing emotions creates disease. Positive emotions open you to learning. Step back and detach emotionally. The emotions card is the third of the 8 influence cards and represents the influence that our feelings and emotions have on our choices and decisions. The key message of the emotions card is that feelings and emotions are neither good nor bad. All are necessary, and each and every emotion we experience has both a positive and negative element to its nature. Positive and negative exist in all that influences us, whether it would be a single thought, a belief, experience, or an emotion. When you hold a simple unmarked magnet in your hand and look at it, can you tell a difference between the negative pole and the positive pole? No, you cannot. In the same way, negative emotions are indistinguishable to positive emotions. Negative is the polar opposite of positive, and like many polar extremes, they do not denote good or bad. They are simply the opposites of each other, and both poles are necessary for us to function in a whole and healthy manner. Okay, and then we have the The fourth branch is the first of 3 choices or possible courses of action for the present or the future. So there's 3 of them: the fourth branch, fifth branch, or the fourth branch, and then the first leaf and the second leaf are all choices or possible courses of action for the present or future. And we have the Ace of Air here, along with the Nine of Air. Here's another dragon for you, but we have the Ace of Air, the Nine of Air, and then the Seneschal, which is a water, an Earth card, excuse me. But we're gonna take a look at them. Okay. Now the Ace of Air is new ideas, personal truths. Let me get this up close in case you want to screenshot this too. They are beautiful cards. She really outdid herself on this deck. But new ideas, personal truths, paradigms, originality, individualization, motivation, choices, and beliefs. The key phrases are: a new personal ideology, unlearn and let go, fact and genuine knowledge. Reality is first conceived in the mind. It says be excited and motivated, and our old beliefs sabotaging future goals. Interesting question there, because the air card is usually swords in the traditional tarot. So the Ace of Swords is clarity. And oftentimes it's divine clarity. It's like it stands for the truth. Um, the Ace of Air symbolizes a new way of thinking. It suggests that it is now time to let go of old, outdated beliefs and ideas that no longer serve, and make way for a new and independently formed personal ideology. It's time to unlearn and let go of ideas and opinions born of societal conditioning, inaccuracies, and false assumptions, and replace them with ideas born of self awareness, fact, and genuine knowledge. It is also time to recognize both for what they are and learn to differentiate between the two. Its appearance in your reading lets you know it's time to honor personal truths that have foundation in your own experiences instead of embracing truths of others and making them your own. To do otherwise is to wear an ill fitting pair of shoes borrowed or stolen from another. While they may protect your feet, they will also pinch and rub, and over time can do more harm than good. It is time to realize that to travel well and to go the distance, you need a pair of shoes that fit well because they're made for you specifically. It's the same with personal ideology. Your life experiences will offer lessons that impart both practical knowledge and wisdom. I'm not either. I'm really not. Like I said, this isn't it necessarily intended to be a continuation of your other reading, but truthfully, they kind of go hand in hand because I mean, you're you. You said oh, you're a Cancer too? Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, you do have 5 minutes of break left, Raina. See, I didn't even see you in here, my love. Welcome. You say you wish you could hear. To contact me, Rena, I'm sorry, and I didn't even see your message before. You can email me at modernmysticmessages@gmail.com. There's also a buy me a coffee link on the about page on this channel and on my other channel. It's the same link for both channels that will go to me if you wish to donate to the channel. And if you really want to do that, if you want a personal reading, you can email me and we can work that out. We certainly can. And I didn't realize you only had 5 minutes, but yeah, definitely look forward to that. And again, I will be on tomorrow. I may even save one of my mini reading days, the free days for the weekend, so that folks that have to work during the week can still get a chance at getting a free mini reading. But if you want a full-fledged reading, we can certainly work that out. My readings start at $22 and range up to $66 for the all-in, like hour plus reading. But yeah, we can you can email me and we can work that out. But yeah, Niana, I'm a Cancer too. That is so cool. I didn't know that, but awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. And we get kind of mushy. And in the past, our soft crab nature has led to us loving really hard, but sometimes loving the wrong people really hard and getting really, really hurt. That's why I said I can see the need for something different. Don't let it make you jaded, but it does take time to heal that. And very often we have to set those people aside. It's not that we don't care about them, but some of them have hurt us so badly, we're never going to be spiritual enough to completely just overlook and forget the crap that they've done. Not to mention the fact they will continue to ask for another chance and another chance and another chance. But very often they don't genuinely take you seriously, and they ain't genuinely sorry. They only sorry that you're mad enough to threaten getting them out of your life. And they keep asking for other chances so they can stay in our energy and do it to us again. And that cannot be. I had one today that I had to have that conversation with, because but just give me another chance, fool. We on our sixth another chance. And I told you last time that this was the last time. And you tried me again. So guess what? I love you, kumbaya, all of that. But I'm gonna love you from way across town, because for my peace, so I had to tell my peace is not for sale any longer. Because all they're gonna do is keep doing it, because they don't genuinely see what they're doing is wrong. They're caught up in their own selfishness. They just want you in place as long as it's beneficial to them. But you being there for their benefit is very detrimental to your own benefit. They're gonna suck you dry. But yeah, the Ace of Air though, here it says your life experiences will offer lessons that both impart practical knowledge and wisdom. The Ace of Air is offering an opportunity to embrace new paradigms and patterns and to replace those that limit and restrict you. Now you can change your mind, and in doing so, change the way you make choices that determine your direction and shape your reality. You can cut away all that clouds judgment and perception and prevents you from knowing your true mind. Clarity will come with peeling away the layers of imposed dogma and beliefs born of past disappointments and hurts. The Ace of Air also symbolizes a time of feeling motivated and excited by the ideas in your head, your goals and dreams, because they're yours. It is time to take them and make them more. The marks in the beginning of the individualization process we must all go through This marks the beginning of the individualization process we must all go through in order to realize our fullest potential. This is, like I said, the crab in that soft Cancer Cups energy getting a little bit of an edge to them. The Ace of Cups is lovely, but we need some Ace of Swords energy so we can speak our truth and we can decide that we can decide our truth. Uh-oh. What was that? I knew it. I dropped the card. Hold on a second. Because it's one of your main reading cards. Good Lord. How far under the desk did it want to go? Oh, I dropped two of them. My bad. Okay. Now, trying to. Okay. Okay. Next up in this reading, we had like I said, we had the Ace of Swords as one of the potential things that potential choice or possible action for the present or future. And then we had the Nine of Air or Swords. Let me get there. That is self awareness, universal consciousness, understanding, insight, vision, imagination, creativity, and it also alludes to fantasy. The key phrases are open to possibility, possibilities are infinite, belief creates, all that exists was first imagined, fantasy is the birthplace of reality, you were born to create, and imagine your fears away. It says the Nine of Air represents the imagination and our connection to the universal consciousness or universal mind. And I love that because in the traditional tarot, the Nine of Air or Swords is about worry. It shows somebody literally sitting up holding their head with swords hanging over their heads. Worry. This card in this deck does not denote worry. It denotes using your awareness and imagination to create. And I love that. It signifies the importance of knowing thyself, for in truly knowing thyself, one will know both the universe and the power of the void. She goes on and on with a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to read all of that. Um, the Nine of Air represents the importance of knowing your mind, understanding the beliefs and thoughts that limit and restrict you, and freeing your imagination. Now it is time to embrace innovation and creation. It is time to step into the realms of the unknown and imagined, to enter the void where your imagination is most powerful and bring what you find there to life. You are born of a universal consciousness. You are capable of greatness, but all too often you may have been punished for seeking it. Nonetheless, it is time to let go of any unconscious bias against creativity and embrace it as the expression of human power and ingenuity that it is. You are as powerful as your mind allows you to be. You are as creative as your mind allows you to be. Don't be afraid to embrace your beautiful imagination. The void in which it resides is the womb that gives birth to a universe that is teeming with life and possibilities. To imagine and create is to make divine magic. You were born of a creative universal consciousness. You were born to create. So these are things for you to contemplate over the next. Okay, YouTube is just messing with they up in the ante on the whole. Oh, they didn't go to commercial. I was about to say YouTube is messing with more commercials. Yeah, exactly that part. Exactly. Now we move on to the Seneschal, which is the 12 of. Oh, you back, Antoine? Awesome. The 12 of Earth. Where is Earth? That lets you know how different this deck is. Ain't no 12 of Earth in the traditional tarot. Usually the pentacles only go up to 10. And then you have the jack, the page, the knight, the queen, and the king, like you would in a regular suit. Well, I guess that would be 12. But yeah. They just call them differently here. The seneschal, the keywords are servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, trustworthy, and loyal. The key phrases are service to a higher power, loyalty to authority. Wasn't there? No, it was somewhere else. I thought there is another dragon out here, but this ain't it. This is a dog here, and this one showing the loyalty. Speak for others. Is your power real or borrowed? Question everything. The seneschal of earth symbolizes the service to king and country. The seneschal is a trusted servant who has access to and control over all within his lord's domain. He, while being of noble blood himself, is in service to and speaks for the one above him. His duties are many. He is respected by some and feared by others, for he holds the key to both the treasury and the dungeon. He is both judge and mediator within the halls and lands of the kingdom. He upholds the law and metes out justice in the name of his lord or lady. The seneschal also controls his master's wealth, giving payment to those who are owed and collecting taxes from those who owe. The seneschal is powerful, but his power is borrowed and dependent upon his willingness to follow orders of those above him without question. If his loyalty falters or falls under suspicion, he could lose everything, including his life. The seneschal of earth represents a person in service, not to the many, but to one. So this is being called into divine service. His role is multifaceted and every task is performed with care. He is the master organizer and possesses both intelligence and a quick mind. He is the person who sets aside leadership aspirations in order to be the trusted representative of the one who leads. His position places great responsibility on his shoulders, but he is committed and dedicated. The seneschal symbolizes a willingness or necessity to obey the rules or directions of those in charge and to put aside potential beliefs and opinions or personal beliefs and opinions. This card asks that you use your personal power wisely. If you have the ear in favor of those who are in a position of power, you, in turn, have the power to bring happiness or harm. What do you choose to do? And I'm getting a thought here. I don't know if you are being called to be more of a standalone leader, or perhaps with the seneschal energy, maybe you're being called to work in cooperation with another teacher or guide or something as you go. Maybe your counterpart, who knows? But it's something to think about. You'll know where that fits in better than I will. And then we continue on with the other branch. We move out now into the fifth branch, which is position 8 in this spread, and it refers to the next few weeks ahead. And I'm seeing actually it was this one. 10 of the 10 of earth was here, which would normally be the 10 of pentacles. This is about synthesis, harmony, highest ideals, reward, inner peace, authenticity, grace, and looking within. It's a time of reward. Everything is coming together. It's talking about moving through life with surety, understanding your place and purpose, and not being daunted by change. The Ten of Earth symbolizes all aspects of life coming together as a whole. Career, home, family, all are in harmony. Years of dedicated service to family, career, and community have reaped the highest of rewards. The love, respect, and trust of family and peers. This love, respect, and trust are a reflection of what is felt within and inspire a sense of well being and connectedness that enables one to move through life with both grace and ease. The Ten of Earth is an affirming card. It appears in your reading. If it appears in your reading, it signifies a time of reward. So sometime within the next, it says few weeks, but up to up to a couple of 3 months, whatever, a season, so to speak. It also asks, have you embraced the highest of ideals to lead a fulfilling life spent doing something you love, to raise your children to become happy, confident adults, and to know and understand your place and purpose. Yep. It says, be sure to remove all masks and show your true self to the world. Authenticity is a quality admired by many. And then we have the first root is position 9, and that refers to someone or something from the present that may have influence. And the card that came here is the youth. And it's interesting because I think the 3 is the Empress in the traditional tarot, but in this one, it's the youth. Adventure, new horizons, excitement, independence, freedom, impulsiveness, and loyalty and compromise. It talks about a quest for adventure, living in the moment, defying tradition and conformity, asserting your independence, embracing individuality, taking a new direction, freedom from fear and doubts, and addressing your desires. Sweet faced and beguiling, excuse me, the youth has left the security of home and hearth without a backward glance. He is alone but confident in the knowledge that a loving and supportive family will be there if he has need of them. On a quest for adventure and discovery, he seeks the excitement of the new and unknown in distant lands. Following whispers and rumor, he takes risks with little thought or care. His choice is to live in the moment. The past is left behind, while thoughts of the future rest only as far as his next journey. Every adventure gives him a greater knowledge of the world and his place in it. Yeah. So you're definitely going to be moving out into an adventure seeking, an adventure season. I can't talk. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for those blessings and well thoughts, Antoine. I appreciate that. Next up, we have what is coming towards you, something from the past that may have influence, and that is abundance, 14. And hopefully that's moving into the present and future as well. Oh, it's 15, not 14. My bad. I can't read. Abundance, consciousness, giving, receiving, energy, love, and appreciation. What is abundance? Abundance is defined as a state of plenty. When the abundance card appears, it signifies a feeling of abundance, of appreciation that opens you to the abundance that surrounds you. In turn, this feeling gives rise to an abundance consciousness. A person with an abundance consciousness is one who is always hopeful, seeks a fair and equal exchange of energy, and sees potential and opportunity in all experiences. And I'm going to put close in case you want this dragon. You can take that picture, that screenshot as well. Okay. And then we have your subconscious feelings and thought, which are the third root, and that is here with the 2 of water. I love this card. It is so beautiful. It reminds me of the lovers, honestly. But let's take a look at it here. This is about intimacy, closeness, and trust, codependency, union, taking sides, going beyond infatuation and attraction, a meeting of minds and hearts. Wow. Okay, maintaining independence and avoiding codependence. So it is about interdependence as opposed to codependency. The 2 of water represents a relationship that has moved beyond infatuation and physical attraction to one that is built upon the foundation of deeper mutual love, respect, trust, or shared interests and values. It symbolizes a meeting of the mind and heart that is free of the desire to possess or control. This relationship is a unification of two hearts and minds, not with the purpose of becoming whole or to complete each other, but with the intent to share, to enrich, and to enhance each other's lives. This is a time of giving, sharing, and communication. A relationship is founded on intimacy. To share your thoughts, feelings, goals, and fears with the one you love is to be intimate. To hold them, to listen, and show interest is to be intimate. To show affection by reaching out to stroke their cheek or hold their hand is to be intimate. If the two of hearts ultimately symbolizes intimacy within a relationship. And that generally, I mean, even in the traditional tarot, the two of cups shows two people coming together with like they're like holding the cup together. So this, like I said, it is intimacy within some kind of partnership. Typically, loving, very often seen as romantic, not necessarily, but it's still a very loving, close, trusting, intimate relationship. So that's something that may be on the horizon for you. And then we have your subconscious feelings and thoughts. I'm missing a card somewhere. Wait a minute. Trying to I thought I had 13 cards out here, but I guess I don't. And the youth, abundance. Trying to make sure I didn't miss one. Oh, the 10 of earth. We already talked about that, I think. Or did we? Yeah, we did. My bad. Oh, here we go. Destiny. Oh, what am I thinking? Yeah, your subconscious feelings and thoughts. Destiny is here. And that is card 16. We're going to look at that. Personal destiny, universal destiny, seeking answers, purpose, or quest. Your destiny is to become whole and connected. Your destiny is to lead a life with of meaning and purpose. Step inside and explore heart and mind. Discover your gifts and talents. Ancestral healing may be required. Talks about breaking the chain, remembering your dreams, and acknowledging what are your strengths and weaknesses. Your destiny may influence generations to come. The destiny card represents the eighth reason for being, to embrace your destiny. Your destiny is twofold. You have a universal destiny and a personal destiny. Your universal destiny is to become whole and connected, to find your center, to overcome all that destroys your peace, to face your fears, let go of hurts, and love yourself and your life with unreserved delights. You also have a personal destiny, and that destiny involves seeking and following your bliss. Your destiny is to find and lead a life that has meaning and purpose, but your destiny is not going to be found out there in the world. You must step inside and explore your heart and mind. Your destiny is not predetermined, it is a choice that you will make based on your inherent gifts and talents. To meet your destiny, you must first discover and recognize what those gifts and talents are, then work to use them for the benefit of self and others. It says you are never too old or too young to seek your divine purpose. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. And our final card here is the sixth of air, and that is what's going to be upcoming in the next few months. So solutions, comparisons, compromise, talks about epiphany, mindfulness, illumination, and personal power. It's a time of research and investigation, looking at comparing a range of options, weighing the pros and cons, being willing to compromise. It's a moment of epiphany and stepping into your personal power. And I mean, that kind of came out in the other reading too. So that's kind of fitting that this card would come out as the final card in the reading. The Six of Air represents a solution born of compromise that lies somewhere in between the black and white, either or choices that are so often seen as the only options available. Now is a good time to contemplate and compare a range of different options in order to discover the best solution for one and all. Therefore, it is also a time for research and investigation. As you consider the options, compare, take notes, weigh the pros and cons for each, there might be a need for compromises to be made, as sometimes, in order to achieve our goals and objectives, compromise is required. Now is not the time to be present. Now is not the time to prevent an outcome by being inflexible and taking a rigid stance. The Sixth of Air also represents the singular moment of revelation and illumination, when the mind opens and at once understands the extent of the power we have over our lives. Suddenly, you see the potential in everything. You see how every experience and choice made by you and others has shaped you and your life and brought you to this moment. In turn, you also understand how every choice you make in the present will shape your future. In that moment of recognition, the mind changes in an instant, and so does life itself. Yeah, you have the opportunity. It says the Six of Air is presenting you with the opportunity to act with mindfulness and awareness. It signifies an opportunity to empower and illuminate your life by opening your mind. Sweet. So yeah, this is a beautiful reading. I'm glad you got, like I said, you got, was it 3 dragons? 4 dragons came out here for you today. So hopefully it'll give you something to go about, to think about. And again, all of my live streams, I will leave as public uploads so that you will be able to go back and watch this again later if you'd like to. I definitely thank all that have joined me today for this session. I will be going live on the other channel this evening at Modern Mystic Messages. So definitely, if you have some time, join us there. We usually have a pretty good discussion in the evenings. I will be back here tomorrow morning for another live tarot session. So if you did not get a chance to get a free reading today, I will be back on tomorrow and am more than happy to pull a few cards for you then. I definitely look forward to meeting up with you all again. In the meantime, in between time, as they say, thank you so much for joining me here. Do know that you are loved and appreciated. And until we meet again, peace and blessings to you, family. Namaste. You're so very welcome, M Beans. Absolutely welcome. And I hope I'll see you again. You're so welcome as well, my dear. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, and Antoine, thank you for stepping in again. And like I said, I didn't want to hang out here too late because Antoine be doing the do in the evening sessions. And I'm not trying to burn nobody out. So I'm going to take some rest, charge my phone, go cook my roommates some dinner and stuff. And then I'll meet up with y'all about 7, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. I'm going to try to get in by 7, but we'll see. Love you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.